Thanks. All right, welcome in to the Chase and Big Joe Show live at our favorite place, Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Chase McCabe off today. He's actually off. It's not a LinkedIn or cloud storage certification meeting. He's actually off for a few days. So because of that, the great esteemed Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier, is with us. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, Joseph Dubin. I mean, y'all let me out of the cage again. I'm excited.
That's big time here.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm accepting an award or something.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm on the stage, and
you have an award speech ready, like just in case.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for sure. Normally, I improvise on stuff like that.
Yep.
Like my 8th grade graduation, I had to speak on something, so then improvised.
Wait, hold on. You had an 8th grade what are we doing, society?
Tell me
8th
about
grade
it.
graduation?
Tell me about it.
Well, okay.
Yeah, and then I had a high school graduation.
That's fine. You accomplished something.
Exactly.
I will tell you what, I don't care about those things until my son had it. And then I'm like, yeah, right?
Yeah.
His kindergarten graduation was the best. It was like Oscar night, 1971, and we had a party, and then but until it happens to yourself, if it doesn't, you're like, I don't care about that stuff.
You know what? I feel like kindergarten graduation's for the kid that's graduating that grade.
We really don't need that, though.
It's a slap in the face. I mean, it just tells them, yeah, I'm accepting something, and then you got to wait 9 to 10 years to accept another diploma.
You got out of school fast. I used to have to wait 12 more years to do that.
Hey.
For that. All right, we're live at the Omni Nashville Hotel. We got a fun show for today. Max Herz will join us at 1 o'clock. Now, we're talking about Roman Yossi.
Yes.
Did you look it up?
Yeah, it's going on to the 1,000th game. Yeah,
tonight.
So it's tonight, yeah.
Roman Yossi's playing his 1,000th game for the Nashville Predators. Has a Nashville Predator. It's just mind-boggling to me. So Max will join us at 1 o'clock. The Preds on the ice tonight at 7 o'clock. Pre-game at 6 right here on 102.5 The Game. Katie Morgan, the chief meteorologist of the Chase and Joe Show, is going to join us at 1:30. Terry McCormick at 12:30. We got all over the place today. And then comedian John Crist will join us at 2 o'clock live here from the Omni. We had him 4 months ago, and we pretty much kidnapped him to come back to join us at 2 o'clock today. Said, you really have no choice in this matter.
Yeah, I mean, when you're at the Omni and John Crist is in town, you think, all right, I guess I have to go see the guys.
Yeah.
Why not?
He was here back in mid-September. That's how fast time flies.
Yeah, he gave you guys, I guess all of us, just ways to do your stand-up comedy down in Key
He did.
West.
That's
Yeah.
right. You did it too, buddy.
Yeah, I did.
It's fantastic. You were great. Halfway in through Dr. Crane's open mic night, he's like, what am I doing up here?
I really
was
did.
like, that's the best line of the night.
I stopped and I looked around. I was like, why am I here? I'm living a fever dream. What am I doing here?
Right. Now, are you able on a computer to see if people call in today?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So our question of the day brought to you by Aries Tactical. Do you have that read for us?
Yes, Aries Tactical. That is correct.
Yeah.
Joe.
So
Again, I'm still connected to Wi-Fi here.
You're getting
so
that's
give me a
fine.
little break.
So our question of the day is: last night I went to Publix in Donaldson, and shout out to Publix. It was organized. It was not that bad. The shelves were like half full. Staff was great. I mean, it was shout out to the Publix in Donaldson. But I'm standing next to a guy, and he's grabbing, and I don't remember what it was, and he's like, man, and he recognized me, and we started talking. He goes, I'm grabbing stuff I'm never going to use. I'm just grabbing. It's going to go, and I'm like, you know what? I'm doing the same. Start thinking, our question today is, what's the one thing you have to get at the grocery store? The one thing, if you're going to be shut in for 5 days, what's the one thing you got to have?
That's a good question. Everybody always goes for the milk. Why? There's no need for the milk. Everybody always goes for the bread. Why? If you know how to make bread, you'll be all right. The milk, on the other hand, there's the lactose issue for some people. I'll pass on the milk.
Okay.
The one thing I'm going after, you're going to think I'm crazy.
Nope.
T-bone steak and eggs.
That's two things.
Well, eggs.
Eggs. All right. You're going to go after eggs.
Yeah, eggs.
All right. How many eggs you get? There were no eggs there last night, by the way.
I'd say what? They come in what? The packs of 12. So if you can get one that's 36, go with that.
That's a lot of eggs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you're stranded for 4 to 5 days, come on now, Joe.
Right. Now, I would think you'd already be stocked with toilet paper.
Hopefully.
So you're good, right?
Hopefully you're not grabbing pine cones off the tree.
So you're good. And if you have your alcohol, your spirits, that's fine. But like a necessity, right? For me, I had to grab peanut butter.
That's fair.
It's really stupid.
Not really.
It's peanut butter. I had to grab peanut butter at Publix last night because if I'm being shut in for 5 days, my default is peanut butter.
You can put peanut butter on anything. Seriously. Bananas, bread, You could put it on.
And it's not that bad for you.
No.
I mean, I got the no sugar kind last night. I was able to pay $13 for that. So that was good. Apples, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a healthy dietary add to your dietary needs, I guess.
So mine is peanut butter. Yep. Yeah. So that was what I would do. I got friends texting in Diet Dr. Pepper.
What?
Got to get a case of Diet Dr. Pepper.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder why. Just a favorite drink of theirs?
Another one, friend. Bread and milk, right? Thank you, Dale.
That's two things, Dale. Come on, man.
Right?
I made that mistake too, but come on. Man.
Yeah, you'll do that. Yeah, but the thing is, like milk. I'm like, I don't drink a lot of milk.
Yeah.
I'm not grabbing milk.
Like again, I know there's the big plus to having milk in the fridge. Maybe almond milk might be a good option for people.
Almond milk's not bad.
It's not too bad. I mean, I'll pass on the milk aspect of all this. Give me something that I can actually ingest that's going to help nourish my body for 4 to 5 days.
Right. So our question of the day, what one thing that you have to get? If you can only go to the store today and get one thing, what would it be? Our question brought to you by Aries Tactical, right, Dr.
Yes,
Crane?
sir. Aries Tactical, first time shoot for free. Just tell them Chase sent you. Check them out at ariestactical.com.
There we go. Randy says he's like Reese's and Red Bull. It's like cookies and milk.
What?
My goodness. All right, Randy. We like that, though. You know, that's fine. 0388 says SpaghettiOs. David in Paris. I feel for my friends over in Paris because I think you're on that edge that you're like split down the middle, like 4 feet of ice and 19 feet of snow.
SpaghettiOs guy?
No, I'm not.
No, not a fan.
I don't like that stuff in the can.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's a little funky flavor. The preservative flavor.
You ever had Prince Albert in the can?
I'm not going to answer this question.
You better let him out. He's going to smother to death.
No. Way over my head there, Joe. Not going to answer that question. You always set me up. I'm not going to do it.
All right. Brandon Bigsby, brother. Brando's our producer. Great guy. Brando, how you doing today, buddy?
Doing good, guys. How about yourselves?
All right, Brando, what's the one thing you could only get in a grocery store tonight? What would it be?
It's got to be toilet paper, right? It's got to be.
Now, see, Brando, that's a problem. I would hope you already have toilet paper.
I mean, I get it, but the pandemic apocalypse of 2020, it gave me a lot of PTSD of not being able to have toilet paper because you had a lot of people that freaked out and stocked it up like they were going to go and make a living off of selling it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Look, to each their own. All right. You have to get toilet paper.
I got one thing to add about the toilet paper.
Yeah.
If you're going to the store, you can't just get one ply. You got to get like the multiple ply.
Exactly.
Well, because like if you do one ply, it's like sandpaper. It'll rip in your hands. It's like,
What have you been doing after hours?
No, I'm just saying,
Lord.
no, you rip it off the roll and it's like,
all right,
it evaporates into thin air.
I'm with you on the 2-ply. That's fine.
Maybe 3.
All right. So Brando gets the toilet paper. You want eggs. You said T-bone steak earlier.
Yeah.
Right?
T-bone steak sounds really nice right now.
It would. You could eat that like for several days. How many T-bone steaks would you get?
That would be a pretty penny. But I think you just get a big old ribeye from like your local wholesale like Sam's or Costco and just chop them up. It's about 150, 160 bucks.
See, here's the problem, though. And we'll get to a lot of sports. Don't worry about that, folks. But this is important because we're all probably going to die this weekend.
Yeah.
I told you, I watched Little House on the Prairie. Terrible show. Most depressing show of all time, and I can't stop watching it. And Gunsmoke and Bonanza. If I'm a pioneer in the 1800s, I'm dead this weekend.
Nah.
I am dead this weekend.
You'd survive.
How?
You would
I
survive.
can't hunt. I can't kill. I can't cook that well.
Can you make a fire?
Probably.
If you can make a fire, more than likely some of that snow is going to melt around you. You put it in a little bit of like a canister where you can drink out of it. Let it boil. Make sure you get all the toxins out. You'll be fine.
What am I going to eat?
You can live off water for a week. You can.
No, I'm a
Joe,
pioneer.
you would look like Fabio out of the magazines. You really would.
Who says I don't know?
I mean, you do. But just saying, it'd be a more trimmed down Fabio.
But what if I want some sustenance? I can't capture a squirrel. I can't.
Yeah, you can.
I'm telling you, I would do a 1-episode run, A Little House on the Prairie, when a blizzard comes. Michael Landon would find me dead in a valley.
Can you make a spear out of a
no.
tree?
Who does that?
You can't. You'd be spear fishing.
Spear fishing when it's 8 degrees.
Yes.
I would not make it. I would not survive at all for all this.
you would survive.
I don't think so.
Yes, you would. You want to know why?
Why?
Your inner self would be like, I am hungry. I got to find something to eat. Just start wailing at some fish.
Then you go insane like Tom Hanks in Castaway.
But again, this is only for a week.
But I'll tell you, I mean, I would not survive this weekend.
You'd surprise yourself.
No, I don't know about that as well. Again, our question today is, what's one thing in the grocery store that, God, everybody's loading in now. You guys are great. Our boy from Murfreesboro, Hog is his name. He says beer. All right, beer's pretty evident. TD from Nashville says, got to have a family-sized box of Tony the Tiger cereal without milk, the meal of champions. That's like the 10th time I've heard that from somebody.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Tony the Tiger. It's
But
great.
what is it about cereal without milk?
Oh, he said cereal without milk.
Yes.
Yeah, that is a little odd. I know somebody that's blood related to me that just eats cereal without the milk. It's because they don't want the cereal to get soggy.
Maybe that's it.
So
3746, smoked pepper, jack cheese, and lots of peanut butter. Thank you. 3746. Mike in Lebanon says batteries. See, Mike, I would survive with you, buddy. Thank you for that. Batteries never crossed my mind.
And you could start a fire with batteries.
You're so weird.
Oh, I'm just saying you can if you're trying to survive.
Nevada Josh says chicken noodle soup. Now you don't have to. You just pour that in the bowl, right? Okay. I haven't had chicken noodle soup in 30 years.
You could just get some chicken broth, put some carrots, celery. And then
7390 cat food. Now, is this you wanting to get it, or is this your cat talking through you to get cat food? Because I'm pretty sure your cat wouldn't mind you just being outside doing all this and leaving him alone.
look, cats would be able to survive this more than a human. They have 9 lives. They could waste 2 of them for a week.
That's right. Hair Metal Henry, this will be good. I would eat a case of ramen noodles. And in today's episode of Never Have I Ever, Joe Dubin compared to Fabio. Well, get ready, pal, because Nick Frazier thinks I got it in me.
He does, Hair Metal Henry. He really does.
TD from Nashville says, read it again. Oh, with or without milk? Okay. Sorry there, TD, with the Tony the Tiger cereal.
Still great.
And finally, Wes, these responses are amazing. Wes in Clarksville, I got to have something sweet, Little Debbie cakes or something. You bring in the Little Debbie rolls, I promise you, I could eat 60 of those.
Zebra stripes?
Not so much.
Really?
The Little Debbie rolls, 60 of them.
What about moon pies?
No, I'm not a fan of them. It's just the Little Debbie. Probably because she's on that box saying, I don't think you can. I don't think you can. And I'm like, look here, heifer. I can. I can get it done. I'm going to eat all those Little Debbie rolls.
So if you had to choose Little Debbie over Wendy, which one is it?
We talking going on a date or?
I'm just saying Wendy's, like, you know, the golden.
Depends. I mean, the sweet part of that, probably Wendy's because I can get a Frosty.
Exactly. Get the best of both worlds.
Hey, what's the deal with Robert Saleh? Why hasn't he signed yet? What's going on?
I don't know, man. Look, I was telling you and Chase yesterday, the day before, I think the Titans are just waiting. Make sure they have their whole entire coaching staff ready to go. They'll announce it all at once so they don't have to answer a bombardment of questions.
Our boy Jim White hasn't tweeted in 2 days.
Again,
Titans Inside or Titans.com.
Again, Titans did not officially announce Robert Saleh yet, so you got to remember that.
But you think I'm worried. Is Jim okay? Has the snow gotten to him? I don't know.
Well, we could text him, see if he's all right.
I hope he is.
We should take him out to dinner before all this happens.
Father Ryan. I don't have any money.
Yeah.
Father Ryan connection there.
Take him to the food kitchen.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Right?
Dinner.
Right? Be a nice night out. All right, so that's it. We're still waiting. So if you're wondering, like, what the Robert Saleh, the press conference, we don't know. I mean, as of 12:14, I've seen nothing, heard nothing. I just know that it was announced. Titans have announced 0. So I don't. Did Robert Saleh go out to Arizona and say, "I'm gonna take this"? I don't know.
Maybe he needs it in writing, like John Harbaugh.
I hope he gets it in writing.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, John Harbaugh needed the writing to be known that he was reporting to the owner and not the GM. So, I mean,
who knows, right? Could be that. So, anyway, we'll continue your reaction. We're live at the Omni National Hotel downtown. What is the only, you'll get one thing at the grocery store, one thing. What would you get? Katie Morgan, the chief meteorologist of our show and Fox 17, will join us at 1:30 with the very latest on the storm outlook, what's happening. Terry McCormick at 12:30, Max Herz at 1. And very funny man, John Crist joins us at 2 o'clock down here. We're off the room. Be a fun show. Be part of it. We want to hear from you. 615-737-1025. This is the Chase and Big Joe Show, brought to you by the great Omni National Hotel on 1025 The Game. Here we go. Yeah, there we go, Brando. Nice call. Welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show live at the Omni Nashville Hotel down at Bar Lines. Our good friend Max Herz for the Nashville Predators Radio Network is already in the house. I love it. Said be here, you're going on at 1 o'clock. He shows up at 12:11. All right.
Yeah, he's a prepared host is what he is.
He knows the value of showing up on time, right?
Yep.
As a host, he knows that.
You'll hear him at 1, and if you want to hear more with Max, that's tonight with the pregame starting at 6.
Yes.
And postgame.
Who they play tonight, Max?
The Ottawa Senators.
Ottawa Senators. Name a famous Ottawa Senator.
Currently, I'm going to go Brady Tkachuk. Is that right? Justin Trudeau.
I'm going to go with Mike Fisher, the captain, Mike Fisher. He is married to someone famous, Mike Fisher, doing that. Well, welcome back to the show here today. We're getting your question. What's one item you got to get from the grocery store? You can only get one item. If you're going to be shut in for 5 days, what's the one item? We've got 1 billion on the text line. James says you got to get bologna or any kind of lunch meat. Hot dogs are good, cold or hot. That's a good point, James, because as a one-time very broke college student, I learned the value of that.
Cold hot dogs. Eesh.
Look, if it's there, you're going to eat them.
That's true.
The Nevada Josh is stuck in storm and worry about pipes bursting, then I would grab water. See, Josh, you're smart. I would never think about that. Kevin, ramen noodles and beer. He's driving from Michigan to Florida right now. Good luck, pal, to do all that. And then Richard from Murfreesboro says, girlfriend already made a big pot of chili to last for days. God bless that woman. If she made a big pot of chili and you can't leave the house for 5 days,
hope the pipes work. Just hope your pipes work. That's all
do that. Again, we said earlier we're waiting for the announcement of the Titans for Robert Saleh to be announced for the head coach. Nothing's been official yet from them, but they did come out today. Dr. Crane, my computer's playing games with me. They have 5 NFL MVP finalists have been named. You know who they are?
I believe one of them might be Matthew Stafford, right?
I'm pulling the list up right now. Yes, it is. Christian McCaffrey, Matthew Stafford, Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, and Drake May. Now, if I remember correctly, you vote before the playoffs.
Correct.
It's at the end of the season, you vote for the playoffs. Of that list right there, it's Matthew Stafford. Right?
It's hands down Matthew Stafford. If you go with somebody else, I think the second guy behind him would probably be Drake May.
Yep.
What Mike Vrabel's done in New England can't go unannounced, along with Drake May's performance. That guy, looking at some of his stats from his rookie year up to now, are just skyrocketingly different. And, he's a generational player. He's developing into being a generational player. Let me rephrase that. But no, you look at that New England team. I think the biggest knock on them right now is the turnovers in the playoffs. Again, this is a regular season award, but as for the development of Drake May going forward, I think he's just got to make sure he holds on to the ball. You know how Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, all those veteran pocket quarterbacks, Joe, they hold the ball right here at their chest, not up here with one arm, and that's what May's doing right now. I think if he can just kind of evolve back to this, then you have ball security with both hands.
Quarterback guru, as we tell Max turn his computer down.
Parker Kelly's not the only one.
Parker Kelly, yeah. Trevor Lawrence has a chance of winning the MVP?
I don't know. I wouldn't say he has a chance at it, but he's on the list, so got to give it to him.
McCaffrey has no chance.
No. This is
I don't know why McCaffrey's even on the list.
It's like an honorable mention.
Right.
He's probably going to win comeback player of the year.
He probably is. I'm more interested in what Max is doing over there than what we're doing. That's more fun. Hey, Max. Max Herz goes at 1 o'clock today. It's Stafford, Drake May. Josh Allen probably not going to get a shot at doing that. But look, he's still pretty good quarterback. He's just not the MVP this year. Stafford's the guy.
Yeah, 100%.
When the Rams came here and played the Titans, was it week 2? Went to that game and just watching Matthew Stafford warming up was like he was playing the game. Every pass was perfect. Every practice play was run perfectly. Everything was run perfect. And I'm like, oh, my God, this guy is good.
And can you believe there were questions about him possibly retiring after this year because of that lower back injury to start the season? People thought, he was an old Paul, like kind of Phillip Rivers.
Yeah,
it makes you wonder. And again, there's another question to all this. What if Matthew Stafford wins the Super Bowl? And what if he wins an MVP? Does he go out on his high horse?
I don't think John Elway won the MVP in '98, but he won the Super Bowl, and I remember John Elway winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you went out and did that. That's like I thought Kelsey would retire after winning the Super Bowl. Now I remember was his piss poor performance last year in the Super Bowl, which was terrible.
Peyton Manning,
And I shouldn't do that.
top, didn't he?
Peyton Manning did too. You know, so you remember Peyton with the winning that. Look, it's up. I'm a competitor. I'd keep on playing. That's me. You're getting paid $55, $60 million a year, so I wouldn't mind that. But I don't know.
Yeah, I want to know how it affects the Titans a little bit. I think it can, because I mean, for draft purposes, you look at the upcoming draft. I know they have Atlanta's pick. I think it's like top 10.
The Rams do?
The Rams, yeah. So, I mean, if Stafford does say, hey, I'm calling it a career, do they go with the Ty Simpson? Do they wait that long to go to a Ty Simpson?
I don't know. I don't know. Is it backup?
Stetson Bennett, I believe.
Is that who it is?
I know they drafted him way back in the day. I'll double check. Maybe it's a possible Will Levis marriage. You never know. He's been out west all along.
That's going to be fun to watch what happens with this guy.
Yeah.
Will Levis, is he going to be – Titans still got his rights, but they're going to train him? I mean, I don't know how that all works out with him. And the Saleh, the new OC, who knows?
Speaking of Robert Saleh, before we hopped on the air, Paul Karski reported, as expected, Robert Saleh is to retain John Bones Fossil as the special teams coordinator. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it shows promise and direction.
It does. And it shows part of the team that was really improved last year. You might as well keep the coach that was part of that.
What are your thoughts initially on Saleh? I know you and Chase have talked about it all week. Yeah.
I told you, Robert Saleh, I don't want the coach to be – I had a coach in college who was buddies with us.
Yeah.
The players. Didn't like it. Right? I just didn't Then there was a coach who was just hated me, but he loved me. I want that coach. I want that coach. I don't want you to be my friend. I don't want to go to your birthday party. I mean, I want you to coach me and work me and, you know, get better and yell at. But I know that you can. That's the thing we talk about Vrabel. That interview we saw with Rodney Harrison. They said, what is it about Mike Vrabel? Like accountability. He's honest the second we walk in the building, but we know he cares about us.
I think the difference
strong.
It is strong. I think the difference with a Robert Saleh mentality and a Brian Callahan mentality, you talked about everybody wants to be their friend, buddy. You can still get that with Robert Saleh, but you got to earn that friendship.
Yeah.
I think that's something Brian Callahan took for granted and
absolutely.
just hoped that it would just happen naturally when it was more not organic and it was forced upon. And so that's why a lot of things were fractured when it came to relationships with this franchise.
Yeah, again, Callahan had no clue what he was doing.
Yeah.
That's why you had to get a coach who's been to hell and back. And Robert Saleh's with the Jets. He's been to hell and back. All right, we'll take a break. Terry McCormick from Titan Insider joining us next with the very latest and who might possibly be the offensive coordinator of the team going forward and a few other things. So he'll join us next right here. This is the Chase and Big Joe Show live at the Omni Nashville Hotel, downtown Nashville on 102.5. The Game. You can't talk until that hits. Just letting you know. Welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show live at the Omni Nashville Hotel down at Bar Lines. Come down and see us, hang out for a little bit. Max Herz will join us at 1 o'clock. Comedian John Crist at 2. But right now, it's the most important guest in the world. You know why? It's the next one. Our good friend Terry McCormick, the Titan Insider, joins us. Terry, good afternoon, my friend.
Good afternoon, and a good song there, Superstition. Nice.
Right, it is good. Terry, our question today is, because we're going to be shut in for the next month with all this snow, what's the one thing? If you could only get one thing from the grocery store, what would Terry McCormick get?
Ooh, that's a good question. Probably water. I would say just water to have plenty of liquid to drink and whatnot.
There you go. I like that.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with water.
You can't go wrong with water. All right, Terry, let's start with the announcement on Tuesday. Get this out of the way. Why do you think the Titans have not made this official yet? We're good, right? I mean, Salah's our guy. We're good. Why haven't they made this official?
Yeah, I think it'll become official probably today or tomorrow. And then there was something that was going on with Salah regarding his, something personal that he was dealing with the family or some kind of something. And that's why the press conference is going to be probably set for next week.
Okay, all right. Well, I hope everything's okay with him. Yeah, I was just because the Senior Bowl is next week.
I think it's just something that had come up, and I think he was just taking care of it.
All right, probably a root canal surgery. Hey, the Senior Bowl is next week, right?
It is, and because I'm expecting the Salah press conference to come next week, I have actually canceled my trip to the Senior Bowl.
Oh, look at you, Terry. 2 steps ahead of everybody else. Well done. Is it important that before the Senior Bowl, we know who the offensive coordinator is?
I think it's probably a benefit, yeah, because when you go and you start evaluating prospects and you're evaluating receivers and you're evaluating linemen and running backs and what have you, then obviously you want to know what type of system you're going to run and who's going to be running it and what type of players fit what they do. So, yeah.
Terry McCormick's online with us here on the Chase and McJoe Show. Terry, when it comes to the offensive side of the ball, you're talking about Senior Bowl, wide receivers, and just offensive weapons. How do you see the Titans and Robert Saleh, I guess, engaging with this offensive coordinator vacant position right now? Because it seems as if the Titans, I'm not saying are married to the possibility of Brian Daboll to come to the Titans, but if that doesn't work out, where do you see them going from there?
Well, there's some other names that have been thrown around if Daboll winds up in Buffalo or somehow doesn't take the Titans job. Some of those are pretty familiar. It's Cliff Kingsbury. It's Arthur Smith. It's Bobby Slowick, who was the former Texans offensive coordinator and was the absolute golden child of the league during C.J. Stroud's rookie year. But then when Stroud regressed in year 2, he got fired. And he was kind of the scapegoat. And, maybe he's back in the cycle because I think Stroud regressed even further this year. So it's interesting, how coaching, reputations and cycles keep turning around and on the upswing and on the downswing, just depending on the circumstances and what comes about.
Who would you like to see here that would fit the mold of Cam Ward going forward?
That's a good question. I think, Daboll, obviously, having, worked with Josh Allen, didn't work out so well with Daniel Jones. I don't know that he's exactly a perfect fit for the Titans, given the style of player that Josh Allen and Daniel Jones are in terms of running more and Cam Ward really being more of a pocket passer. I think he could make it work. I'm certain that he could. But if that option's not out there, I could see somebody like Arthur Smith or Bobby Slowick being the right guy for Cam Ward. If Bobby Slowick could do for Cam Ward what he did for C.J. Stroud in year 1, I think Titans fans would be very happy with that.
And correct me if I'm wrong, if there was some information out there or not, but when it comes to Matt Nagy, is there some form of an equation where he could still end up as a coordinator somewhere, potentially with Tennessee?
I don't know. I guess you could always have a Vrabel, Matt LaFleur type of arrangement if it doesn't work out with the other guys. But it sure feels like that ship has sailed with the Titans bypassing him when he seemed to be the prohibited favorite to win the head coaching job. So it's one of those deals where it would be a little bit awkward probably for Matt Nagy and Robert Saleh to be in the building together after having both been finalists for this job.
Terry McCormick is with us. So yes, we saw a report today, Bones Fossil will be retained. Is that accurate?
As far as I know, I mean, that's a no-brainer. You don't let Bones Fossil walk outside the building and take a job somewhere else. I don't care who you hire as head coach. You keep that guy around because he knows what he's doing with special teams. And that's a unit, Joe, you know it. We've seen this team for many years. Special teams, beginning with Allen, when Allen Lowry left up until last year, special teams on this Titans team was horrendous, except for kickers and punters. The coverage units were bad. The return units were bad. And it looks like Bones Fossil has finally fixed that. You don't let him get away.
I love it. Your thoughts on Robert Saleh saying, or at least out there, that he wants to be the defensive coordinator. I got no problem with that. What do you say?
I'm fine with that as long as it doesn't interfere with his overall running of the team. I thought with Brian Callahan that his play calling duties got in the way of him being the CEO of what was going on the field. So as you know, Saleh has been a head coach before. He didn't call the plays the first time around, but if he feels like that's an advantage for him to do that, I got no problem with it as long as it doesn't interfere with him running the show.
We were talking today, Terry, about, every time a coach gets his first official head coaching job, he always hires his buddies. That seems like what Saleh did with the Jets. But I think the second time around, coaches like, all right, I'm going to hire the best. And I hope Saleh does that this time and hires the best. I'm not going to say is there a coach on the Titan staff now you hope he retains, but people were complaining, Terry, about, well, he just keep this guy and that guy. Look, if I'm the head coach, it's my team, I'm bringing in who I want, right? And so Robert Saleh should have that power, right, to bring in whoever he wants?
Sure, absolutely. And you think about it, Joe, whoever he hires as the offensive coordinator is tasked with developing Cam Ward and turning him into a franchise quarterback. If that guy fails, Robert Saleh fails, and everybody's getting washed away again, and in 2 years we'll be going, oh, well, who's the next coach? Who's the next GM? Who's the next quarterback? All that sort of stuff. So, yeah, he has to have the power to bring in who he sees fit to give himself and this team the best chance to succeed.
Terry, I swear, if he hires an offensive coordinator and the offensive coordinator, his residence is that hotel over by the practice facility like Norm Chow, it ain't going to work, man, right?
No, I think you gotta dig in. You got to plant some roots here, right?
You got to. Norm Chow in that hotel room for, was it 2 years?
Something like that. Yeah. I mean, in fairness to Norm, hey, he probably loved the life in L.A. at the time. I can't blame him for that. So he just, kept his residence out there and, dealt with what he did here. So, and in retrospect, probably a pretty good move because he only lasted 2 years.
Right. It was.
Terry McCormick's on the line with this. Terry, when it comes to the NFL draft, you spoke a little bit on the Senior Bowl. It seems like with Robert Saleh now as the front runner and the helm of this team, where do you see him going for the draft? You think it's a hands-down pick of Reuben Bain at number 4?
I think it's going to be more leaning toward a defensive player with, Saleh at the helm. I think if you're a defensive-minded coach that, you want impact players on that side of the ball so that you can quickly turn that around, because even though people don't talk about it a lot, a good defense and a running game can be a young quarterback's best friend. And the Titans haven't had a whole lot of that the last 2 to 3 years. And I think that's part of the reason why you've seen the quarterbacks that they have drafted really struggle. I thought it was part of the reason that Levis struggled in 24. I thought it was part of the reason Cam Ward struggled last year, because Cam Ward, I think, was 4th in the NFL in passes attempted. You do not want to do that with a rookie quarterback. You do not want a rookie quarterback dropping back to pass 500 times in a season. I don't care which rookie quarterback. I don't care if it's Peyton Manning as a rookie. You wouldn't have wanted him dropping back 500 times. You want to be able to give him situations where he can have balance and where he can succeed with both the threat of the run and the pass.
Absolutely. Yeah. Terry, when I look at this Robert Saleh marriage with the Titans, I look back at the San Francisco defense of 2019 it just seems like in every Robert Saleh system, you got to have your young edge rusher. And that's why I've kind of leaned towards more of a Reuben Bain, just because the fact of in 2019, when you have Nick Bosa, that opened up so much opportunities to just make his fronts wider. It just give more different looks for that opposing offensive line. And I just think right now you look at a team in Atlanta that has Jeff Ulbrich, who worked under Saleh in New York. He has his young edge rusher and James Pierce from Tennessee, and they set a franchise record in sacks this year at 57. So I just think that's something to keep an eye on when it comes to this upcoming draft.
Yeah, I think it definitely is something to keep in the back of your mind, whether it's Reuben Bain or David Bailey or, the guy from Ohio State, Reese. One of those guys probably, is all three of those guys have the chance to be impact defensive players. And the other thing, too, to kind of keep in mind here, and, there's more multiple fronts, that teams use nowadays because offenses are always in 11 personnel and whatnot. But Saleh is basically a 4-3 guy at heart. Titans haven't run a 4-3 since 2013. So there are going to be some people changing around a little bit and moving around a little bit, having a little different roles, even if they do hold over in that front seven.
Terry, that's on our text line. And I guess, I'm not the only one. People are like, yeah, what's the whole – why has it not been officially announced? And some are worried like maybe he's using this for leverage for another team. I don't think that's the case, but there is some concern with Titans fans like, all right, I guess it's because we're all cynical because it is the Titans that we expect the worst.
Yeah, I think that's probably it. I don't think there's anything to worry about, but, we are talking about a team that in the last 2 weeks has been left at the altar by John Harbaugh, by Kevin Stefanski, and by Jeff Hafley. All took jobs before they could come here and do their, finalist interviews or meet with the Titans. So, yeah, I understand the concern, but I don't think there's any reason to really be concerned that Robert Saleh is not taking the job.
All right, good. So there you go, Titans fan. Terry McCormick knows, and he tells you that. Terry, where can we find all of your things?
All right, Terry MC on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it. All the Main Street media publications at TitanInsider.com. And then check out the Tennessee Pro Football podcast that we did on Monday or on Tuesday after the Robert Saleh hiring.
Terry, just real quick before we let you go, I know you're a guy that likes to have a lot of fun. Tomorrow we'll get a little bit more into this. We won't get you tomorrow, but where are you going sledding tomorrow, Terry?
Where am I going sledding tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'm way too old to be sledding. I don't need a broken arm.
Oh, you're not that old, Terry.
I'm 63.
Nah.
Well, all right. Well, give us a favorite. Our question tomorrow is, where's the best place to go sledding? Where's your favorite place?
Well, we used to go up in Westmoreland here. We have lots of hills. So we used to go, there was a big old hill that's right in front of the high school, and you used to go there.
Is there a chance of us running into a car if we're sledding down? Because I like the danger aspect of sledding.
Probably not. If there's a lot of ice and snow out, there won't be a lot of traffic on that road because it kind of takes you off toward another part of the town. But it's just kind of a cut-through road that comes to the high school, but it's on a nice little hill.
Oh, I love it. All right, Westmoreland High School. Got it. Terry, thanks as always, man. Stay safe. We'll talk to you next week.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, that's Terry McCormick with the very latest. So just relax, Titans fans, and probably that's a little bit for me too.
Yeah.
Just relax. Everything will be taken care of, and then I guess we'll wait. The main thing now is who's going to call the plays. And I get it. I mean, you got your quarterback. Who's going to call plays? Thank God it's not the head coach.
That's the tricky thing about this whole situation, Joe, is because you don't have an offensive coordinator. For me, this would be my concern, is how do you progress when you try to prepare for a draft or you just try to prepare for the upcoming season? Again, I'm hoping the Titans are not waiting long enough and holding out for a Brian Daboll because he just interviewed with the Bills today. If they can kind of move on past that and find another supplement in that piece, then they should be okay. But that's my biggest worry right now.
Well, I think Saleh probably got 5 guys in his pocket. Like, I'm going to do this job. And I don't know, just wait and see what it is, and we'll react accordingly. All right, thank you, Terry. Coming up at 1 o'clock, Max Herz will join us. Nashville Predators back on the ice tonight, taking on the Ottawa Senators. Big night, huge night for one certain Nashville Predator, which, when you think about it, is just kind of mind-boggling a little bit. Max will talk about that. This is the Chase Big Joe Show live at the Omni Nashville Hotel in downtown Nashville, right here on 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show. If Denard Wilson's dream was to be here in Nashville for a while, it's over. The reports are the Titans defensive coordinator will not be retained, and that's okay. If Robert Sala is going to call the plays, go someplace else and see if you can get a DC job. That's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I was here listening to Toronto earlier on Next Man Up. Well, thank you, the mic. Thank
There
you.
you go, buddy.
It kind of falls.
Your mic needs looks like it needs Viagra.
I know, right?
All right.
It has a little limp to it.
Hello.
Family
show. We got Max Herz here.
Just saying,
man.
the mic has a mind of its own. I don't know what to say.
Oh my goodness. You were saying about Denard Wilson?
Yeah, Denard Wilson. I was listening to Teron Davenport earlier on Next Man Up, mentioning possibly the DC area, somewhere around that area. So I mean, if
DC back to the DC.
Yeah. So you never know. I mean, if that's the case, then good for him. But
yeah.
I think what he did here in Nashville, let's just put it as a baseline, he transformed this defense a little bit, I'd say, in a brighter light. Obviously, didn't have the best year. Let's put it that way.
Well, he had no players.
Exactly. That's what I was getting to, is that when you don't have any players to really rally around you, but you can still put out a good product, I think that speaks a lot about his coaching.
I mean, I would go to the Titans games and I would sit close to Terry. I'm like, this guy isn't on the roster. He's like, yeah, they just signed him yesterday. I mean, you signing guys off the street to come in and play professional football. I mean, it's something else. So Denard I blame him none. They had no players. The Jerry Sneed was awful. Who's the Cheeto guy?
Chidobe Awuzie.
Terrible.
He
right?
actually went back to Baltimore, if I'm not mistaken.
Slipped and fell and gave up that touchdown in the game versus the Steelers. Anyway, I mean, his hands were tied with some of the people they brought in here that aren't good football players.
I was listening to that Bussin' with the Boys podcast with Jeffrey Simmons. Well, just because it was, filling time as I was on the treadmill. But, listening to it, Jeffrey Simmons kind of spoke on the aspect of video and film, like talking about with all the players. Two coaches he brought up that were actually exemplifying of all that was Denard Wilson and Bones Fossil. It just when, Brian Callahan was fired and Mike McCoy took over and stuff, there were certain coaches that would just run through film, and normally it's a head coach. He mentioned Denard Wilson was one of them, and so is Bones Fossil. So let's just put it this way. Bones Fossil, absolute leader, but Denard Wilson, give him his flowers.
I know the answer to this. I'm going to ask you anyway.
Sure.
Why hasn't Mike McCoy been mentioned for any of these openings besides the one that was here?
Great question, Joe.
Right? I already know the answer. I just wanted for my own self to throw that question out there.
I just don't think he's fit for any of the jobs right now. Let's put it that way. Being generous.
Yeah, you're being generous. Yeah, he mentioned nowhere. Be a good fit for him? Arizona, because nobody wants that job.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Arizona coaches are mentioned nowhere across all my feeds. What's wrong with the Arizona card? I'm telling you, man.
Nobody wants to take over a franchise that, again, I've been one of the bigger Kyler Murray fans when it comes to fantasy football, but you have Kyler Murray out there. I don't think anybody wants to be the coach for Kyler Murray. I mean, he's 5'0", can't see over the.
What they see in him?
Apparently nothing, because he can't see over the left tackle. I mean,
folks, his name is Dr. Crane.
Thank you.
Started open mic night in Key West. He hoped to expand his brand. Maybe we'll get him to open for John Crist this weekend at the Opry House.
It's possible. Look, I'll ask him. He'll probably say, sure. It's like Make-A-Wish Foundation. That's what I am to him.
Oh my God.
I mean, I know it's a bad joke.
Hey-o.
Again, I'm done with my jokes. Excuse me. No, just looking at this Titans team, I think they're heading in the right direction. I really do.
It was solid, yeah. But then, again, you got to have players.
That's true.
And look, it's going to be – look, and I think we got a little – happy to see what Carolina did, what Jacksonville did, how they turned around so quickly.
Yeah.
Could it happen here? Who knows? But the last time, I'm trying to think now, the last time the Titans won a playoff game in Nashville is I'm going to go back to, was it the Pittsburgh divisional game in the 2002 season? The Nedney running into the kicker? The last time they won one, not played one here, but won one.
2003, yeah. 34-31.
Over the Steelers.
Correct. Yeah. AFC divisional playoff game.
So it's been 23 years since the Titans won a playoff game in Nashville.
Yikes.
They've only won a couple of them. I think they've only won two.
January 11th of 2003. That's the exact date of that.
I think they've only – Music City Miracle in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've won two playoff games at home since 1990. Almost look, they moved here in 97. I'm telling 97.
Well, let's put it this way: they're an away team. They're a away team. They don't like to play well at home. We've recognized that.
Right.
We've acknowledged it, and we're just going to accept it.
Wow, 23 years since the last one a home playoff game. That's crazy, man.
I was 4.
Nobody asked that.
Well, I'm just putting it into context.
What does that mean?
I was 4 years old when they last.
Were you still filling your pants at 4?
No, Joe.
That's how long it's been.
Good
Nick was
Lord.
still filling his pants. So
I don't know how to take that.
just get back. Because remember the Bengals beat them
Yep.
in 21 season. Here, 2000 season, they lost to Lamar Jackson because Kenny Vaccaro couldn't shut his mouth.
Yep.
That's one of my favorite things. I was not a fan of Kenny Vaccaro, former Titan player, who just hated all this in the media. We did nothing wrong. And to watch Lamar Jackson run past him when Kenny Vaccaro had an amazing angle, one of the favorite moments happened. Of course, 19, all the games were won on the road.
Yeah.
One in New England and one in Baltimore.
We got a phone real quick. We'll get to them real fast. Tommy
Get
in
to
Lebanon.
it.
Let's talk about Robert Saleh. Go ahead, Tommy.
Hey guys, quick question with Saleh being a 4-3 guy. Big Jeff goes to defensive end, Sweat goes to a tackle, or what do we got to have to kind of build up more on that defensive front, seeing how we're going to become a 4-3 team now?
Great question, Tommy. I would have both Sweat and Jeffrey as defensive tackles, and then I would put some speed guys on there. Because look, Simmons and Sweat are going to clog up your middle. They're going to take care of the interior, and then let some speed rusher guys get past the tackles and go. I like it. I think it's good. If Simmons comes back determined, he can whip a fire under Sweat's tail. You get some help. You got to draft Reuben Bain, get somebody else on there that you do good. Free up your line. 4-3 frees up your linebackers. I love it. I love it. But you get me Sweat and Simmons to clear up the middle, I'm good, brother.
Well, then Simmons becomes more of a Hainsworth type inside then, right?
Yes, that's a great comparison, Tommy. You know what you're talking about. That'd be perfect. Absolutely.
Have a good day, boys. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate the call, Tommy.
Tommy, appreciate you. All right, we're going to break up next. Max Herz. You can be Mac, too. I don't care. Hey, Max. It's going to be a big night for one certain Nashville Predator with a stat, which I just find unbelievable, basically. And it's going to happen tonight in the game, and Max tells us all about that as the Preds take on the Ottawa Senators here on 102.5 The Game. This is Chasing Big Joe show right here on 102.5 The Game. 102.5 The Game. There we go. See you, Brandon. All right, welcome back into the Chase and Big Joe Show live at the Omni Nashville Hotel at the Bar Lines, downtown Nashville. Comedian John Crist will join us at 2 o'clock today. Katie Morgan, the chief meteorologist for the Chase and Big Joe Show, will join us at 1:45. But now, let's bring in the voice, one of the voices of the Nashville Predators, Max Herz from the Nashville Predators Radio Network. Max, it's always good to see you, buddy.
Hi.
Good, what's going on, man?
I thought you were going to say something else.
No, I'll say that for after the show goes off.
Yeah.
How
Okay.
you doing, pal?
Good. It's great to be here at the Omni, 1 block away from Bridgestone Arena. As Joe Dubin says in the commercial I hear all the time, this is your place to be before and after Bridgestone events.
It truly is. I don't think I've gotten paid for that either.
No, that was a volunteer
That
opportunity.
was a volunteer.
I think I might stay here this weekend, actually. It's probably the safe move
Yeah.
It is,
to
right?
make sure I make the game on Saturday.
Do you have a cot at Bridgestone Arena?
No, but I think they have beds here at the Omni.
Well, look, here's the deal. The weather's coming in Saturday, but Utah, who they play Saturday, was going to arrive tomorrow or tonight, whatever. So they'll already be in town. Have the
Yes.
players stay downtown, get the game. Very rarely, and you know more about this than I do, is a professional game canceled. Very rarely.
Yeah, the NHL, it's not written in stone that this is a policy, and it normally applies to Edmonton and Ottawa and Winnipeg more than it applies to Nashville. But if the teams are there and the officials are there, they're going to play, even if fans can't make it. So I think that Saturday game will go as scheduled, no matter what.
Be fun, though.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, there was a game, maybe 2016. The Sharks were here, and there was a really bad ice storm, and they said, we'll refund everybody's tickets. If you can get here safely, get here. We're only going to open the lower level. It's general admission. If somebody shows up with the seats you're in, be nice, let them sit there. And it was a ton of fun. The Preds won the game, and I think there were maybe 8,000 people there.
Yeah.
It was kind of like an exclusive, like, hey, we know how to drive in the snow. And if you don't know how to drive in the snow, please don't get in the way of the people who know how to drive in the snow.
Yeah.
That's my message, not the Preds message.
I love it.
Exactly. Yeah, I remember there was a game recently, not recently, but I'd say like in the last year or two, because I had to produce it, and it was just a bunch of snow. I remember like, you on the game? Like, yeah, I'm on the game. And there was like probably 8,000 people like you were talking about. But as for tonight, big game for the captain, Roman Josi.
Oh, that's who you guys wanted to talk about?
I think so.
But you said a milestone for a single Preds player. I thought you meant Fedor Svechkov's 100th NHL game,
I mean, that's
which is also tonight.
that's a huge accomplishment as well.
Is that an alliteration? Fedor's Svechkov?
No,
No.
Svechkov with an S.
Stechkov.
Svechkov.
Okay.
You and Svech would have a great interview together.
Would we?
Yeah,
Why is that?
because you and him are on the same wavelength.
Oh, just
He's hilarious. He's so funny.
My favorite interview of all time, and we'll get to what's happening tonight real quick. We had Alexander Carrier on, and I said, hey, man, I said, with that voice, how many chicks do you pick up? And he said, I'm married. I said, still, with that, because he had the voice and the look. I mean, it was awesome. Roman Josi tonight, game number 1,000. And I can't say 1,000th. I don't know how to say that word properly. Thousandth
game.
Okay.
Is that what you're trying to say?
TH at the end.
There you go. His one, but all in a Preds uniform.
Yeah, the first ever to do it, which is really cool. And he already held the record for franchise record games played, which he hit at some point last year when he passed David Legwand, who played 956. So Legwand got pretty close, the first Preds draft pick ever, but it's a momentous occasion for the team, for a homegrown captain who has never played anywhere else, who has been with the Preds under all 4 head coaches in franchise history, part of the best teams in franchise history, the Cup final team, the President's Trophy team. He won the Norris. He should have won 2 Norrises. And for the last time ever this afternoon, the list of all-time games played leaders for the Preds doesn't have a comma in it. And that changes at 7:10 tonight. So, and I think he's the perfect guy to be the first, because there's only one goalie in NHL history who played 1,000. So Pecorine was never going to get there. It's almost impossible for a goalie to get there. So it's really fitting, I think, that Josi is the first for what he's meant to the team and the city and all the different eras of Preds hockey he's been a part of in 15 seasons since he debuted in 2011.
How do they honor him before the game? I mean, don't you have to play then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the formal ceremony will be before the game on Saturday. So if you're going to the game Saturday, you'll get to see that before the game. And tonight, obviously, you get to see the milestone hit. And a really fun thing that has come up in recent years for 1,000 games across the league is players will come out and the entire team will warm up like that player, whether it's wearing their jersey or doing something that they do in their warm-up routine. So go to warm-up if you're going to the game tonight. I think we'll have some of that. The team is a little mysterious about what exactly it will be because they want it to be a surprise. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. Presumably Yossi will get a solo lap. And then from there on, it's just a normal game. But yeah, the 1,000 warm-up stuff has been really funny. 2 years ago, Ryan O'Reilly played his 1,000th game. The entire team went out with no helmet, just like O'Reilly, and they skated the exact same circle as him in front of the bench. They all stood in front of the bench, did the exact same hip flexor stretch all at the same time, and they couldn't even all fit. So
that's great.
That was funny, and that was on the road too. So it's so great that this is at home, and also that the next game will be at home too, to have the ceremony with the silver stick.
Just perfect timing of all that. Everybody knows Shea Weber is normally the longtime captain. Everybody knows him for that. But when it comes to Roman Yossi, kind of the changing of the guard when it comes to captain, what do you think he meant to Roman? What do you think Shea Weber and Roman Yossi's relationship was like going throughout these years?
Yeah, and I will put the disclaimer that I wasn't covering the team at this time, but hearing from others like Willie, who did, I think it was the right transition. And Mike Fisher was the captain for a year in between for the Cup final run season, right after Weber was traded for PK Subban, and Fisher retired after that season, came back for a partial season. And as Willie and Adam Vingan talked about on Preds Insiders last night, the moment Mike Fisher came out of retirement, Roman Yossi said, "Hey, the C is yours if you want it back." And Fish said, "No, you're the captain now." So he said, "Look at me." Was that movie out then? It probably was.
I think
2018.
so, with Tom Hanks. Yeah.
So yeah, he might have dropped that line on him, which would have been funny. But it's so funny. They're so different, but that's what made them such great D partners too. When Roman was young, you have a lefty and a righty. Weber obviously so offensively gifted with the one-timer, but not an offensive defenseman in the same way that Roman Yossi is and was. So that's what made them such a great pairing. They're polar opposites in terms of personalities, but the thing they have in common that I think Yossi learned and inherited from Shea Weber that made him a captain candidate is their care level, the emotional love, and the appreciation of the people around them. And they show it in very different ways because Shea Weber is so stoic in his leadership and Yossi is more outgoing, and like it's almost like their games, like their personalities parallel their style on the ice. Like Weber is going to stand by his own net and punch you in the back if you get anywhere near him. Yossi is going to be whipping figure eights up by the other team's goal and smiling while he does it. So I think they're two of a kind, and we're so glad that the Preds got both of them when they did. And it is sad. I know a lot of fans are still sad that Shea Weber ended up playing for other teams, and his contract still continues to be traded amongst other teams, which I will never understand how and why that exists in hockey, but it does. But for Yost to be Smashville's own and never anybody else's, I think really means something. So I hope that answered your question.
Thank you. Yeah. Now getting to the work on the ice when it comes to the Preds, sticking with the D pairings, just what have you seen out of this team so far this year? Obviously, this past week wasn't the best game against Buffalo, but minus that, what have you seen from this team?
Yeah, they've corrected a lot of the things that made last year so miserable, and I think everybody was assuming that it was going to go exactly the same as last year, and the players banded together the week of Thanksgiving. They got crushed by the Panthers on home ice, 8-3. And they had a team meeting the next day. It wasn't a players-only meeting. They had a practice at Bridgestone Arena on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving before going to a road trip to Detroit and Chicago. And I was in the stands for that practice. As usual, there were only a couple of media members there. And you could hear a pin drop. If someone had dropped a pin on the catwalk, you could have heard it. There was no noise in that practice. They understood that they got smacked the night before, and media did not go into the locker room for a long time after practice. It was obvious that something was going on, and the team had gathered. I don't know if it was in the locker room or in the theater room where they watch film, but the coaches were with them, and they said, guys, if this is going to be different from last year, it needs to change right now. And in almost a 30-game stretch since that happened, they had not lost consecutive games until the last two games. Wow. So that was where it turned. And like, this team has too much veteran leadership and too much winning pedigree to be bad forever. Like, you can't have two Conn Smythe winners, the cup winning captains that are in that locker room with O'Reilly, Stamkos, Marchessault is the other Conn Smythe winner with O'Reilly. Guys who like Michael Bunting and Brady Shea haven't won Stanley Cups, but they've played deep in playoffs. And to me, those guys are winners, So you have veteran winners in that room and a goalie like UC Saros, who I think is so underappreciated around the league, as we see other teams who have better offensive groups than the Preds lose games because they don't have any goaltending options. Like the mix they have, they had to be better. And it finally happened. And Stamkos, O'Reilly, Yossi, Forsberg, and Saros have all been playing great. Put Evangelista in there, which has been a big help too. And I think they're playing their best. And maybe their best is good enough for a wild card spot. It's almost definitely not going to be good enough to pass the Wild, Stars, or Avs, because you have the best top of the division of any division in the NHL in 10 years, which puts you in a tough spot and makes it harder to contend. But no, they've gotten back to really the potential of this group, and I think coaching has something to do with that too.
Yeah, you make a great point about the Avalanche, the Wild, and Stars. I was talking with, I believe it was Connor last Saturday, along with Jake this past week. And I mentioned, like, look, if the Preds get in a wild card spot, after what we saw them going up against Edmonton and then Colorado in those games back and forth, and they win both of those, I think they can compete with any team when they get in the dance.
Well, we saw it 2 years ago against the Canucks. They were the number one seed in the conference that year, and maybe that was a fluke year from the Canucks with how they've played since. Who knows? But anybody can play with anybody in the playoffs. You got to be hot at the right time. You got to play the right way. And as we saw in that series, you got to get bounces and you got to get a save in the final 2 minutes on home ice, trying to get a game to overtime facing elimination. So you can't predict it at all. I think if they get in the playoffs with this current team, anything can happen. I think there's a long way to go until then. Tonight is game 50 out of 82. So it's not even worth looking that far down the road, but it's a long season. Games are long. Things can change at any time, good or bad.
There you go. Thank you, Dr. Crane.
Big Joe Dubin, everybody. Let's hear it for him. Nashville's media darling.
Call. Sorry about that. I always hate people talk about, hey, well, if you're just going to get in the playoffs and get beat in the first round, don't get in the playoffs. I'm like, oh, so you can predict the future. I love this, right? In the goal, get into the playoffs, because you can't win the Stanley Cup unless you get in the playoffs. And that 2017 Nashville Predator team should have told us that anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, the things about that 2017 team, it's so funny looking back that they were the 8th seed and the last team in either conference. Because you look at the defensemen of that group, that might be the best decor of any team in the Stanley Cup final, like since the 05 lockout.
Really?
Like since the Red Wings teams, since the salary cap came in, just absolutely loaded. So on paper, that team had a trait that put them there. And on paper, this Preds team has a trait where, like, if you just look at the ages, the experience, and the pedigree, I've been thinking about it this way. Not saying the Preds are going to win the Stanley Cup, but this is what a Cup team ends up looking like after the deadline, what they look at now. You have a franchise star, forward, D, and goalie. You have veterans who have won other places and are proven, and then you have a few young players who really know their role and grinders in the bottom six. So, like, on that part of it, they are already a post-deadline looking type team because of the veterans they have. Now, some of those guys are rentals who other teams may want and trade away from the Preds. So who knows what it looks like in March, but that kind of hit me recently. It's like, this is almost what you would expect the Preds to look like after a deadline, not before.
Who was the guy, Henry Vernerchuk? I can't even pronounce his name. Who made the goal, a game-winning goal in the 17 playoffs?
Harry Zolnierchuk.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, like, who is this guy? And then he scores, and then he rides off into the sunset after the season. But that team was fun because you talked about, you had a bunch of guys who just fought every night, and that's what made that team so remarkable. They just fought every night.
Yeah, and you got to get hot at the right time too. Like they swept the 1 seed. They shut out the 1 seed twice in a row on the road.
Crazy.
Anything can happen.
And that 1 seed has not been back to the playoffs since
That's correct.
2017 season. Max, you're the best, man. What time's pregame tonight?
6.
Who we have on tonight?
We will hear from Mr. Factor, Ryan O'Reilly, the O'Reilly Factor, who I'll give you guys a little preview of the interview right now. He said the team's initial round of 1,000 game gifts for Roman Josi. They gave him a couple things today. They're going to have a formal event this weekend, too, where they give him some more. but the players all banded together. The first two things are a limited edition Norcane watch, which is a Swiss watch company that Yossi endorses. And
wait, can't you just get the watch from them?
Well, they made it special. It's special.
Okay. All right. What else?
And VIP tickets to the U.S. Open tennis.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
And because that's right before training camp opens.
Yeah. So, and there's more to come, supposedly.
Oh,
well, not supposedly, definitely. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, you're the best. You're that insider, man. Like a young Rick Merritt, just an insider for the Preds. We love it, man. Max, thank you, buddy.
I don't want to be compared to Rick Merritt again.
I don't blame you. Was your food good?
I actually haven't eaten it yet.
Oh, go down and eat, pal.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the wrap. You got the season.
Well, I'm just gonna have them bring it up to my room for this weekend.
There you go.
Here at the Omni.
You're not a king.
I mean, they might.
You're one of us. Sit down and eat, man. No, Max, we love you, brother. Always appreciate your insight because you let us know what's going on, and I like that. So thank you.
Do I get to do birthdays or no?
We have a comedian coming. Yeah. John Crist is coming today. So if he doesn't show up.
How old is he turning today?
He is going to be 37.
I got a lot of grief the last time I did birthdays for thinking Glenn Powell was 65. He's a young, hot guy.
Chad Powers.
I do know who he is now, but he does have the name of a much older.
Does he not? Yeah. So that's a factor sometimes in all this. You do birthdays. There's a rhyme and reason to celebrity birthdays, and you just got to know things. Like they'll ask for clues. Like we had a guy the other day that won 2 Super Bowls with the Giants. Well, when was that? I can't tell you. You need to figure that on your own. If I told you it was 86 and 90, by deductive reasoning, you could get to a neighborhood like, well, he's probably in the 60s somewhere.
Like you could get away with, does he have an older brother? And he goes, yes. I'm like, oh, I know the older brother.
Oh, so you got to know where to follow up.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tonight is Roman Yossi's 1,000th birthday, so make sure you get that in there.
With the
wait, no, sorry, that's not what it is.
With the Predators.
Yeah. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I got you.
As always, Max. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Max Herz, part of the Nashville Predators Radio Network. Here in the night starting clock. Come back with much more. 1:45. Katie Morgan's going to join us. He's the chief meteorologist for the Chasing Big Joe show. 2:00. Comedian John Crist will be here. His show, as of now, is still on at the Opry House on Sunday. We'll get the very, very latest from him when he joins us here at 2:00. This is the Chasing Big Joe show right here from the Omni Nashville Hotel. All right, welcome back to the Chasing Big Joe Show. Thank you, Max Herz, for giving us the very latest of the Nashville Predators tonight. As we were discussing, Roman Josi, his father walks in bar lines. Roman Josi's father knows where to go when he's in town, does he not?
I know. Bar line's the only place to be.
Right, popping right in here.
Papa Yos.
Yeah, that's it, Max. Well done, Max. Never would have recognized him. So, yeah, welcome back to the show. Nashville Predators on the ice tonight versus the Ottawa Senators. Pre-game at 6 with Max. Puck drops at 7. Roman Josi, 1,000th.
1,000.
I can't say it.
1,000th.
I can't say it. 1,000th.
Yeah, you got it. Not too bad. There you go.
1,000th. He said there's a th at the end.
Yeah, TH.
1,000. Forget it.
We'll get there.
Roman Josi's playing 999 plus 1 games tonight for the Nashville Predators. That goes. I was telling Sean Henry, a few weeks ago, the Predators gave out the Smashville beanies.
Yeah.
I have seen more Smashville beanies around town than I think any other piece of professional clothing in our city.
I didn't get mine. So looks like we're going to be making a text or phone call to Sean about that one.
Okay. They're giving them away during the game.
Really?
Yeah, that was part of the game. You go in there.
That's pretty nice.
The arena holds 17,000. I've seen 50,000. They're everywhere. I got one in my bag right here.
Really? Oh, so that's the one you've been wearing all the time. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the one. It's great. I see it everywhere. Everywhere.
Wow.
I texted Sean and Bill Wickett. I said, this is the greatest giveaway you guys have ever done.
When I was a kid, Joe, I'd go to Preds games. My dad was a season ticket holder, and they had some pretty cool stuff. I still have somewhere. It's a silver helmet, and it said "Go Preds" on the side.
Oh,
of it.
nice.
It was a bike helmet. I still have it. It's awesome, and it's great. It hasn't decayed or however you want to call it. Gotten old, whatever. It's a fantastic helmet.
Is that your? I'm trying to think like what's the most oldest or longest piece of sports thing you've got around. My brother had Jack Lambert sign a terrible towel for me, and we lived in Hawaii, 79 or 80. That was pretty cool. I mean, Jack Lambert, terrible towel. That was awesome.
Let's see. I actually have a Nashville Predators actual ticket stub of their first playoff game.
2004.
Yeah.
Versus the Red Wings.
And it was a cool ticket stub because it was designed like the spire outside the front of Bridgestone Arena.
You were just a baby.
I was.
Like,
but I remember it. Section 316.
What's the first Titans game you ever went to?
Ooh, I think it was – I want to say it was a playoff game. It was the Baltimore Ravens and the Titans, and it was super cold. I just remember –
2008?
I think so.
Because it wasn't 2000. You were too young.
It was the last game I remember. I was like in the second or third grade. It may not have been
2008.
It may not have been a playoff game. I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, the Ravens beat them in the playoffs.
Yeah, because I remember Chris Johnson made a comment after the game saying that Ray Lewis is trying to break his ankle, and then Kerry Collins was the quarterback at the time,
2008,
and was leading the team down the field, and they ran out of time.
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
First touchdown that game was Derek Mason.
And that play, but that game was cold.
It was, and then Flacco threw like a 70-yard bomb. And Mason beat Cortland Finnegan, and we're all like, oh, it's Mason. Because you couldn't see. It was so far in that corner. And all of a sudden, you see this shadow doing a Michael Jackson dance. I was like, that's Derek Mason, who just beat Finnegan on the play and caught a hell of a pass. That was it. So, yeah, that was 2008 season.
What was your first Titans game, obviously?
Well, I was covering the team. It was the first game versus the Bengals. And there were a smattering of boos. McNair got hurt. People cheered. O'Donnell came in. Rattled him down the field, and Del Greco kicked. I still consider that the greatest win at the time, Adelphia Coliseum. They lose that game. People are booing. Y'all all hated McNair, and don't say you didn't, because if it was the game, remember y'all booing. And it was like, Neil O'Donnell needs to run this team. Winning that game changed everything. The next week, they beat the Browns. Then they went to Jacksonville, beat the Jags, and then that season, they went 13-3. So beating Cincinnati, that opening game, and it was 1,000 degrees. I think Jeff Blake was a quarterback for the Bengals. It was a hell of a game, and it set the tone for what's to come. That's it. Crazy, right?
And now we're here.
All right, take another break. 2 o'clock, John Crist joins us. 1:45, Katie Morgan joins us, chief meteorologist for the Chasing Big Joe show, about the latest. It's changed again. It's changed 3 times when we've come on the air, the weather forecast.
Is this the European model we're referring to? Or no?
It's some GFS 1.9. I don't know what it is.
Wow.
But Well, talk to us about that. All
That's
right.
a lot of models.
That's true, yes. You know the prettiest model ever was? Cindy Crawford.
Yeah.
Cindy Crawford was just I'm 30 years older than you. Like for you, who is it? Sandy from SpongeBob?
No, I really can't think of a model. I have to think about it for a minute.
Really?
Yeah, seriously.
Like who's the Sydney Sweeney?
I guess you could call her a model. She's more of an actress.
She had a picture that inflamed everybody about jeans.
Yeah.
Everybody, I don't know why people are complaining about the picture.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, if she does an Olympic commercial, everybody's on board with it.
Okay, I like it. All right, Cindy Crawford, all the way. That's me.
Go.
All right, take another break. Come back. Much more from the Omni National Hotel here on 102.5 The Game. All right, guys. Hey, Big Joe here. Listen, we spend a lot of time on the show talking about anxiety and depression, 2 words that can just wreck your life if you let them. And men, sadly, most of us lead lives of quiet desperation. But I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be that way. That's why we have partnered and so honored to be partnering with Unity Psychiatric Care, based right here in Middle Tennessee, to get you back on track and living the life you deserve. I say all the time, reaching out to someone and talking to someone changed my life, and I want the same for you. Just go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe show. There, you will see a link for Unity Psychiatric Care and start taking back your life. It's private, it's secure, and it's confidential. No one has to know you're going there. I just need you to reach out. This is also very important. You may be the one who notices your loved one isn't doing well, and you could be that person to turn their life around. And just go to theGameNashville.com and click on the Chase and Big Joe show. And then on the right is information from Unity Psychiatric Care. Listen, we love you guys so much. Help us just around the corner. Take back your life. And no, you don't have to go through any of this alone. Again, theGameNashville.com. Click on the Chase and Big Joe show and let the journey to wellness begin. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show, live at the Omni Nashville Hotel. John Crist will join us at 2 o'clock, the very funny man. He'll be here at the Omni with us as well. Again, Max Herz, thank you. Let's go to the phones, right, Dr. Crane?
Yes, sir. I believe Adam in Portland's on the line. We'll talk a little bit of the Titans and Brian Daboll. Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, hey, Nick, man. Hey, Joe, I'm a little bit late on the Brian Dable conversation, but do we have to wait on him to make a decision? Have the Titans made him an offer, and he said, only if I don't get this job? How's that working?
So you go in order of the priority. The priority for Brian Daboll is being head coach of the Bills. Mm-hmm. Your default, if you don't get that, is being offensive coordinator of the Titans, which is fine. You're still going to make a lot of money. But Titans aren't going to make him an offer when he's sitting there wanting to get the job. I don't know if he gets the Bills job or not. I don't know. But according to the reports, if he doesn't get it, he's coming here to Nashville, and I'm all aboard with that.
I think that'd be a sweet hire for Cam. I was just wondering, I didn't know if we had already made him an offer. I think he'd be a terrible coach in Buffalo, but I think he'd be a great coach here.
Well, he was in Buffalo for a short period of time and evidently has a really good relationship with Josh Allen. So we shall see. But and the problem is, Adam, is like, I'm all excited about him. And now if he doesn't come here, I'm like, oh, man. Who are you going to get next?
I know. But to Adam's point, to Adam's point, that is exactly how I feel right now. I don't want to feel like the Titans are locked in and married to the point if they have to have Brian Daboll. You got to have a plan B. And
I'm sure he does.
I'm sure he does, but we don't know that because he's not announced as the head coach right now. So, again, if you're a Titans fan, Joe's kind of talked you off the ledge, said, hey, don't worry about it. And I'm on that end of I kind of am a little worried because I don't know the true path, the gateway to the offensive coordinator. And I think none of us know.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that's then we sit with bated breath about, who's going to come here and call the plays. Like we're all excited about Mike McDaniel, then we all excited about Brian Daboll, and so who's next? Look, Robert Saleh hopefully has a plan. You trust him. Hopefully it's not what happened in New York. I think he learned from that.
Right.
We don't bring that up. Remember, that's part of our therapy here.
It's the no.
We're like Dr. Rick from the Progressive commercials. We don't talk. Don't turn it to your mom or dad. We're not the homeowner part of this. And I think it's just let him build his guys and bring it in here. But I think the rebuild starts in the defense. I think they work with Cam, but I think if you got a defense, and it showed by the Texans this year, that can go in there and dominate games, you can control a lot of games. Now, C.J. Stroud, they need to talk about that because
that's regression.
Awful. Absolutely awful. Deer in the headlight look last week, not good.
Not at all. And it makes me wonder, Terry McCormick, when he was on this around 12:30, he mentioned the name Bobby Slowick. I don't know what his contract stipulation is when it comes to the Miami Dolphins. He was previously the senior passing game coordinator, I believe, or offensive analyst in some regard.
I think those jobs only a year at a time.
Okay, so I don't know if he'd be elevated as the offensive coordinator under Jeff Hafley, or Hafley has somebody else in mind. I don't know. But if that's a name out there, I mean, why not throw a flyer on a guy like that?
Because
he's had a lot of success in Texas with the Texans with C.J. Stroud. Obviously, after that first season, things didn't go well for Stroud, but again, I think that's more on him than Slowick.
I agree with you. All right, we're going to come back. Katie Morgan, chief meteorologist for the Chase and Big Joe Show. Also, she has a part-time job over at Fox 17 doing weather as well. So she'll join us next. Again, the forecast keeps changing and evolving, and we love Katie. She knows exactly what she's doing, what she's talking about. So she'll join us next. This is the Chase and Big Joe Show live at the Omni Nashville Hotel right here on 102.5 The Game. Is that Weather Channel music there, Brando?
I think so.
Boys to
Now
Men.
you're 7 day. Brando, you put on Weather Channel music. You didn't mean to.
It was fitting, to be fair. It was
It
a
was.
happy accident.
Okay. God, had plenty of those in my youth. Hey, Brando, let me know when Miss Morgan calls in, please, to let us know what's happening to do that. I'm telling you, man, back in the day, the Weather Channel would have weather on the 7s.
Yeah.
And they put up like a full screen of the graph, and they played some great sax. And you're like, man, this is awesome. Next thing you know, you're missing class. I bet you never missed class at MTSU, did you?
Well, let's see. I lived at home, and it took me about 45 minutes. I drove there 6 days a week. I did some stuff on Saturdays with MTN and whatnot.
Okay.
For a class, it was 5 days a week. I went Monday through Friday, that is. And, I didn't miss class.
As much as I went out.
Take it back. I missed like 2 classes in my time there.
So overall, you didn't miss class?
No, but because I did the community college route. I did 2 years of community college because it was free. Did the Promise program. And then did MTSU the following 2 years.
All right. Smart. Man, I was in class. I never missed class either. Now, I was a terrible student. I was hung over half the time, which I'm not proud about. But I went to class. And I told my son, I said, I don't care what you do. Just go to class.
Yeah.
Go to – I had a teacher like, here's your syllabus. And I'll see some of you on the exam day. And I was like, really?
70% of your grade just came from showing up.
That's right. That's all you got to do. All right, to the phones now. She's the chief meteorologist of the Chase and Big Joe show. She has a little part-time thing over at Fox 17. Let's bring in Katie Morgan with the very latest. Katie, thank you for doing this. We hang on every word you're saying. What is the very latest now?
Well, we have new information today. Now the winter storm watch has been upgraded to a warning. So we are still expecting a high impact event, but it still looks like ice now is going to be the big problem as opposed to snow.
So the ice is now moved north from where it was before?
Yeah, and I still think the higher totals, we're looking at just to our south and west, there's an ice storm warning in effect. We're not included in that in Nashville, but we are under the winter storm warning. But that just means that the bigger ice accumulation, we're a little more confident that it's going to be south and west of us. But I think we are going to be looking at a mix of rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow. So Mother Nature is just going to throw everything at us this weekend, followed by very cold temperatures. In fact, Monday morning now is looking like we could be at 2 below zero for the morning.
Katie, I didn't sign up for this, so I don't know how to get out of how. And I know you work nonstop, and if people need to follow you on social media because you're just so good at with your forecast and everything, and the information you give us is so good. So thank you. Do the models update like every 4 to 6 hours? How does this work?
Yeah, it depends on which ones you're looking at. We have more long-range models, and those I'm sure the Euro and the GFS have become very famous over the last week. Those are long range, and so those update 4 times a day. And then when we get closer to an event, we will start to rely on more short-term guidance, which is more high resolution and has numbers that are crunching some hourly. So it depends, again, which ones you're looking at. But when you get a little bit closer to the event, you can get more updates with some of these short-term models that come out.
Yeah, Katie Morgan's with us here on the Chase and Big Joe show. Katie, talking about those models, it seems to me throughout this week, Joe's informed me on all these models, but the European model seems to be the one that's taken everybody's breath away.
Yeah, that was the one that was pumping out around 2 feet of snow and just blew up on social media. I think this is a really good lesson. A lot of people are realizing, just how much the models do change, and we say that often. That they can and do change. This one in particular, though, really has been an eye-opener on just how much it changed in 7 days. The European model is still hinting at rain toward the plateau, actually, Saturday afternoon, but still seeing a mix of freezing rain and sleet. Most of the heavy snow that we thought we might get last week is now more into Kentucky and into the Ohio Valley. Even up into Indiana and Ohio.
And when it comes to the time frame, are we still looking at the same time frame when this hits Nashville?
Yeah, so I'll break down what it's looking like right now. very late Friday night into Saturday morning. Some light snow showers mixed with some sleet or freezing rain will be possible. So we might start with a brief mix of snow. Then it's likely here in Nashville that we will transition all over to sleet and or freezing rain for much of the day on Saturday. There might even be a brief period of time, and I'm talking like an hour or two, that it could turn to a cold rain, but it will turn back to sleet freezing rain. The bulk of this event looks to be Saturday evening into early Sunday. That's going to be where if we find ice accumulation, I think it's possible we could see maybe up to 1/4 of an inch of ice. And that could mean power outages for some, definitely tricky travel. Trees could come down. 1/4 of an inch is, I don't want to say manageable, but when you get closer to that 1/2 inch mark of ice accumulation, that's when you really start to see a lot of troubles, more widespread issues. So I think we're looking at maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch right now, but that could easily change in the next 24 to 36 hours. And maybe, if I had to put a stab on it right now, again, could change, maybe 1 to 3 inches of snow here in Nashville. Okay. The higher totals are going to be toward Kentucky.
Well done. Yeah, Katie, I will not, from my many years of working in television and watching news anchors ask the weather folks how much snow you're expecting, I'm not going to ask you that because Middle Tennessee is a big area, right?
Yes. And this system in particular is showing just how diverse, the weather is going to be. I mean, for some in Middle Tennessee, close to Alabama, it's more ice. Here, we're getting a mix of it all. And then north, it's more snow. So it's going to be a very difficult storm to message the next couple of days before it hits.
Oh, wow. Katie, thank you. I know you're so busy. Thank you. We'll be watching this weekend on Fox 17. We love everything you do, Katie. So thank you very much for hopping on with us.
Thanks so much, guys.
All right, Katie Morgan, Fox 17. If you follow her social media, I mean, she is not like, you're getting 1/4 inch of ice, take care. I mean, it's like, here's why, here's what. So I like scientific things like that. So Katie's very smart, much smarter than me.
Yeah, she definitely informed me for sure to know what the European model really is. Like the fact that everybody doesn't need to really overlook it or whatever it may be. Storms are storms,
Yeah, right.
Snow is snow, but ice, that's the big worry.
Oh, my God. And I said that because I was one time – years ago in my broadcasting career, I was on the desk when Bob Mueller asked Lisa if it didn't snow as much as he thought. And Bob's like, Lisa, what happened to all that snow you promised? And and she looked at him and was like, Middle Tennessee's a big area. And I was like, oh, no. And Bob knew he shouldn't have asked that question. I was like, they even try to make jokes afterwards, And
let me guess, when the lights went off, he asked you to go get you a Diet Coke.
No, he's just making small talk, dad jokes. I'm like, okay, you're on this one. Love Bob. Miss Lisa a lot. That was some good times. But, I mean, snow growing up, January and February was constant snow. I mean, we had all kinds of snow happening. And then, for many years it didn't happen. And then last couple of years it gotten more. So just, I don't want the ice. I think I'm in agreement with everybody. Give me here we go again, 10 inches of snow, right?
Yeah, you want the soft, fluffy stuff, right? Exactly. And then to add on to that, Joe, last night when it rained, that's what I'm a little worried about because of all the treatment everybody puts on the roads with the salt.
Yeah.
You wonder if that washes it away a little bit. That's my biggest worry because now it's all exposed concrete. Asphalt, that is.
I lived through the ice storm in 94, and it was awful. You were
wasn't even born.
You wouldn't even mention.
Nope. Not even a thought.
God knew your name, though, buddy.
You got that right.
Right? But we didn't. Now, the ice storm in 94 was awful. I mean, the trees falling everywhere. We were out of power for 3 days. Wow. It was awful, awful. I don't remember how we survived.
See, where I live, we have not a generator, but our little unit, it always goes out. So we're like the only house on the block that is without power for a day and a half.
Your little unit's working overtime, huh?
Yeah, it just works overtime. That's why I got a generator.
It
sounds like I live in an RV.
I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah.
You know who doesn't have problem with ice and snow?
Who's that?
People in Key West.
Got that right.
They have no problem. But I think a small part of people who lived up north, lived down in Key West or the Keys, I think they missed this a tad bit.
See,
just a tad.
I got a buddy of mine lives in Arizona, one of my best friends. I was talking to him last night. I was like, you're going to miss all the fun snow? He goes, no, I'm not. I was like, what are you talking about? Don't you miss playing in the snow? He goes, no.
Just the anticipate. We don't, I mean, like Katie said, we're 3 different levels of what's going to happen here. So I don't know, man. I just think that you don't have this problem in Key West. Then they always counter back. What about the hurricanes? I'm like, well,
there are positives and negatives in every area
Right.
you live. But like the fact is, everybody says the concern of the unknown. It's more like not even a concern. It's more of the factor of the excitement of the unknown, instead of the concern.
Childlike wonderment.
Yeah,
I like it.
can't take the kid out of an adult.
The kid out of adult. Or
Like
the adult out of the kid.
Whatever. I don't know. There's a saying.
That's right.
Again, I'm
Can't
not.
take the guy out of the country out of the guy. Whatever.
I'm not a comedian.
You tried though.
I tried, and
Is this a setup?
maybe
Okay.
I failed miserably.
All right. With that
Tell me
being
something I
said,
don't know.
That being said, a friend of the show, the very funny comedian John Crist will join us now. He's got a big announcement about his show on Sunday. A big announcement about the show on Sunday. I'll let John tell you that when he joins us a little bit. Buckle up, folks. This is one of our funnest times we've ever had. With John will join us next, right at the Omni Nashville Hotel, right at 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the third hour of the Chase and Big Joe Show live at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Chase is off today. Dr. Crane's in. And a moment we've been waiting for 4 months. He kept his promise. He came back. The very funny John Crist joins us now. John, welcome back, buddy.
I told you I'd be back. I'm a man of my word.
You
Same
are.
location.
It's great, isn't it?
Honored to be back, fellas. Honored. I've been getting a lot of press around town. People say, "Hey, we heard you on Chasing Big Joe."
Right.
I'm not joking. A lot of people.
I'm telling you, before we go any further,
Yeah.
you have an announcement.
I got it. Yeah, I'm dropping it live. No, just with the weather for the weekend, we're moving our show to March the 8th.
Okay.
Sunday night. It's a Sunday. It was this Sunday night. We're just moving it 2 months, month and a half forward.
There we go.
Still Sunday night. Yeah,
Good.
should be all set.
Good.
Yeah.
So-
Show's sold out. If you want to replace your tickets, you can do that at point of sale. Otherwise, your tickets are good for that show.
Yeah, we don't need to replace our tickets.
No, we don't
buddy.
need to replace tickets. What you mean? Now, we did find out it is Williamson County spring break.
Oh, wow.
So,
Yeah.
where are they going? Down to 30A?
Yeah,
We
right?
should move the show to down there.
Well, they all got private jets.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, Williamson County? Yeah,
they're
for
flying
sure.
back.
dude.
There's no problem.
They're not
there.
worried about what's going on in Broadway. They're like, dude, we're in Williamson County.
Got our 4-door sedans.
Well, what is that saying about my fans? That are they? Is my fan base Williamson County?
I think so. There's some Wilson County there too.
I
And
always,
Sumner.
I always say when I do shows at Zany's downtown, I go, I'm assuming most of y'all drove north to get here. I'm just by looking at y'all. I'm assuming
Right.
y'all drove north.
Now
to
we
get
still got the show in February, correct?
Oh yeah, February 19th. That's the second one.
Nice.
We're gonna do as much as comedy as Nashville's ready for. We got it for them.
We're ready for all
Yeah,
of it.
we got it for. Yeah, a lot of, and you can finally do the local jokes that you can't do on the road.
Right now,
Yeah, you can do them here.
we have a lot to talk to you about, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
got to start first. How you inflamed hundreds of thousands of people
Oh no.
with your video at the Sphere in Vegas.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was one of the most comedic, genius things
Oh,
I've ever
thank you,
done.
man. Thank you.
Now, explain how
Yeah.
this all became about.
Okay, yeah, that's one of my most viral videos of all time. I did, the mega church, and there's other people have done the mega church joke recently. The mega church pastors are taking a lot of heat, but the people that do it best don't go after. They go after the concept, not a person. So, like, if you're talking about like who does everybody know of? Joel Osteen?
Yeah.
or-
Yeah. there you
I
go.
don't know. I'm never gonna come after a person's character. I don't know them. We can make fun of the concept.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
So like a lot of the players that we can be critical of their work on the field.
Yeah.
We don't know them.
Correct.
Yeah, we don't know the person, but I made a joke about how I was a mega church pastor and I was our new church location was I shot a video outside of the Sphere. And I was like, "Thank you. We raised $35 million for our new satellite campus." And then I was like, "We got to close the soup kitchen. We got to get rid of the homeless ministry. But these LED walls are going to be unbelievable."
Oh, and the best part, you would quote tweet people that came at you.
yeah, no,
it was just amazing.
Was that too petty or was that
No.
okay? Yeah. Well,
Brilliant.
People were like, "I can't believe you would do something like this," and I go, "Well, it's Vegas. They can sleep outside." I just kept it going because I got nothing else to do. Yeah.
That's so good, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking millions of views.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that thing, and it's still going. by the
Yes.
way. It's still, which is the best. Which is like similar to like, a lot of people are critical of like the NIL, the transfer portal,
Right.
all that, except when your team benefits.
That's right.
Then everybody's like, dude, we cannot have these NBA players. But if they want to come to my team,
Right.
so you don't want to make fun of the general concept of ideas as a comic that people think are absurd.
We're running the commercial about your joke about Spirit Airlines, Delta, and Chase and I, and when Dr. Crane, we hear it's funnier and I've heard it 1,000 times.
I know.
It's funnier every time.
It's true. They only think people. A lot of times people make a joke and people get so upset, and I go, the comedians. I've said this from day one. We don't decide. The crowd decides.
Right.
They are the ones that made the video viral.
Yeah.
Not me. If Spirit Airlines like we're upset, I go, everybody must think this about your airline. Or like, yeah, somebody gets upset about, we make a joke about one of the the sports franchises here in town, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, so true.
Right.
I go, we're just, yeah, look at me as the vessel. I'm the vessel of the Lord. I just don't get mad at me. I'm joking.
Now you're one of what, 7 kids?
One of 8.
One of 8 kids.
Wow.
Oh yeah. My dad used to take us down to Fulton County Stadium. down there in Atlanta and scalp tickets. Remember those days?
No,
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore, do they?
No, 'cause it's
all
frowned
digital.
upon.
Yeah,
It's all digital.
Yeah, you can't scalp a ticket with a QR code. That's kind of.
You see somebody walking down the street, here's
Oh,
a QR code with a
yeah.
piece of paper.
Remember having to put cash in your pocket?
Those were the bad days, right?
And then the guy goes, "What do you want?" He's like, "I got another guy." What? And then they're all working together.
It's kind of like when you go to New York and you're buying those like fake Louis Vuittons on the corner, and you're like,
"Oh yeah."
And then there's a lady with the Bluetooth
get
earpiece
over here. Yeah,
and you're gone. You're snatched.
that was scary. That was scarier than the game. Trying to get a ticket outside, and
Especially 8 of them together.
Yeah,
or is your
yeah,
dad
no
like,
shot.
you're going to sit here, you're over there?
Yeah. You know what? But you know what dads need to do a better job of? I'm gonna just say this. This I don't think it's been said. If you're going to a baseball game and you're sitting in section 300, don't bring the glove. I don't mean to let the kids down, but you go, hey, you might catch. You're not catching one.
Right.
You're not catching one here. We are sitting. We are sitting so far away. Albert Pujols couldn't put one this far.
Bring
What
your
would-
binoculars instead.
what
Go
would-
on.
What would the akin be to that like for a hockey game in 300? A goalie mask?
Oh yeah, they're not. Yay, yeah. You're bringing some fish. You're like, there's no hat trick tonight. I don't think so. What is it? Was it the fish the hat trick?
It's that you throw the hats.
Yeah.
What's the fish?
fish is the honorary thing before the game.
You can do that no matter what.
Yeah,
You
catfish.
can, but you
Yeah.
get thrown out if they catch you.
Because the Detroit Red Wings have the octopus
Yeah.
before the game. Yeah.
Yeah, we did a story of a guy during the playoff run in 2017, how he taped a catfish to him.
Yeah,
It
to his
starts
chest.
hours before.
Yeah,
Are you going to tape a catfish to your chest?
I think I don't know how much respect you're going to get in prison with that. Like, what are you in here for? DUI, drunk and disorderly. I taped a fish to my chest. No, no.
Then you got to
I've
launch
seen
it.
it. It's cool though. It's
Yeah,
cool.
right?
That's something worth going to jail for.
I mean, I don't know how people really would want to do that because you just got like fish juice leaking from
All
you. It's
over
like
you.
you wet yourself.
No, they got a plan.
Yeah.
Surely.
You
It's
I
like
hope
one of those
so.
things. If somebody's like, I've always said about like you go to jail for and it's a worthy cause. If someone's like harassing your wife,
Yeah.
beat them up, and you're like, I went to jail and I'm proud of it.
That's right.
But if you're like just mouthing off to a guy at a gas station, you both fight. You're like, you both lose.
You're right. Nobody
even
wins that.
Even if you win the fight, you lose because it was not for good reason.
Right. It's like
Yeah,
like you went to Sanford.
I went to Sanford.
I was a terrible student. You were a
Yeah.
good student. It's like at Sanford one time at a basketball game, they had said, hey,
Oh,
no cussing, whatever.
Yeah,
So we had a
yeah.
friend like, if I can't cuss, he's like, I know what I can do. He's like, you can all go to hell.
Yeah.
And then like, you're out.
Oh,
You're
go on, dude.
You're not
Yeah,
here
yeah.
today.
Gone immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, people don't know this about. I used to have a premise about if you're Christian, you really know the insider rules. You can say, "I had a day from hell," but you can't say, "I had a hell of a day," because that's the second one's cussing.
Yeah.
Really?
I had a day from hell.
Oh,
I had a hell of
John.
a day.
Oh.
Go on, dude. Go on, dude. Immediately, because God's up there. He's
Right.
listening.
He
That's
knows what's
yeah.
happening.
You say, "Oh my gosh!" God's like, "I better hear an SH." On the Otherwise, he's got his ear to the earth.
Are you the only one that does that kind of humor, that Southern Baptist laugh at ourselves humor?
Well, like, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people doing it, but not laugh at us. Just laugh at y'all.
Oh, okay.
So I'm probably from the inside because I
Okay.
try to be like, hey, I make fun of. I mean, I made a joke about every Titans fan preseason. I made a bunch of jokes about the Titans, but I'm a huge fan of the program. NASCAR, Chick-fil-A, Southern things, Christian things. I am these things.
Yeah.
So it's like, because the megachurch video was the same one. They're like, wait, and it's like, no, dude, he's like, his dad's a preacher. He grew up in church. He's a member of he's with us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's always kind of the rub with Joe. Is this guy a huge fan of the Preds? You're like, no, he loves the Preds. He can be critical kind of the team because he's in versus somebody making fun of your team that is a fan of the opponent.
Absolutely.
Then you're pissed.
Now, do these jokes work like in Tacoma?
Why'd you got to single out Tacoma?
As far as way I can
You'll switch them up a little bit. Yeah, you switch them up a little bit. All of my shows, people know who I am. So if they live out in Tacoma, we can sell less tickets out there than we can in the South, but the crowds are more. they're like, yeah, get them. They're more, they're like behind enemy lines.
Yeah.
So when you
yeah.
go to places like that, you kind of have to like do what a football player does, do film on the place you're going and scout
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you would to like that Nate Bargatze show that was at Bridgestone a couple weeks ago. There was a kid sitting in the front row, and they gave him a piece of merch. And then he was what's the nicest school in town?
Ensworth.
He goes, where do you go to school? Not Nate, his opener. I go, where do you go to school? He goes, Ensworth. And everybody goes, give me that shirt back. And it was a joke of the night.
Yeah.
Because everyone was like, oh, it's like when you feel like you're in on the joke that other people, it's the best.
Oh, absolutely.
So you go to another city, like if I was going to Tacoma, I usually would be like, I'd ask the door guy or the security guard, I go, hey, what's like a nice area? And he'd be like, I'm just making up cities, be like Palisades. And then I was like, where's like a trash area? Where's a redneck area? He's like Oak Park. So I come out front, I go, oh, rich people up front, Palisades. They're like, what? And then I point up to the balcony, I go, Oak Park. And then everybody's like,
oh, that's great.
That almost work That would almost work out. I mean, everybody has some version of that joke.
Yeah. I thought you did something. I saw you on Local on 2 yesterday. I love Lauren Stephanie. It was a great segment with them. You
Shout
talked
out.
about how now they know your name, and it's easier for you, right?
Yeah.
But
Oh,
that's
you did
part
watch.
of the
Yeah.
journey. I mean,
Yeah.
you start out, nobody knows who you are,
Yeah.
and then you evolve. The people, and then like once you get that point, they're with us on the joke, and
Yeah.
it's like it makes things easier.
I would probably say if you're going to make a sports comparison, is like being a walk-on versus being a number one draft. They're like, no, he's the number one pick. We kind of got to let him. If you're like, but you then as a walk-on or maybe as the old regime's coach, you're like trying to prove yourself that you're worth it. And then like Aaron Rodgers can
do whatever.
Yeah, LeBron obviously can do whatever. He'll fire the coach.
They
He's
got
like,
pull.
he's got pull. I'm not saying I'm the LeBron of comedy.
Hey.
Yeah. Somebody's gonna tweet me. You're like, oh, dude, you think you're LeBron of comedy?
Oh, that's great.
Have
John,
a little bit more pull. Yeah.
we're gonna come back. I actually got a serious theological question I want to ask you.
Oh, I'm ready.
When we come back,
Let's
John
do it.
Crist is with us. Dr. Crane in for Jason McCabe. We're live at the Omni at downtown Nashville Bar Lines right here on 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show, live at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Might be one of the greatest songs of all time, Train in Vain by The Clash. John Crist with us today. Chase McCabe's off. Nick Frazier sitting with him. All right, so my question I got for you is.
Lock in.
All right,
Let's hear
so
it.
you start out, you open mic comedy tonight, you're struggling, you're not sure if you're going to make it.
Where did this come from? Why am I struggling?
How many long talks did you have with God? Am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right path?
I would say that those talks weren't with God. I mean, I don't. There's a lot of people that are working right now at a job that I'm sure are going to relate to this. I feel, what was that movie? Chariots of Fire. He's like, I feel God's pleasure. I'm saying this in all seriousness. I feel God's pleasure when I run. Maybe it's Prefontaine. Maybe it's like when he ran.
Yep.
He said, I felt this is what I was supposed to be on earth for. And now I didn't know, the conversations were more with my parents, with my roommates, with what you don't have any money. But
right.
You know, with God, me and God were on the same page. I go, this makes me, I did it the first time I ever did it in July 17th of 2009. I did 2 minutes at the Laughing Skull Lounge in Atlanta, Georgia, bombed, didn't get one laugh. I go, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life.
Wow.
Immediately.
So you knew.
I go, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. Yeah, and anything else I'm doing that's not this is going to be a distraction to get to this.
Had it been that night, everybody laughed, patting you on the back, would it have been like, huh? Is it that easy?
Well, they say a lot about people's careers that you know you're in the right spot if you fail at it, and you go, I'm going to do it again. Yeah. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to figure out how to, like, you fail at your real estate deal falls through, and you go, oh, I get next time. I'm gonna
that competitive edge keeps.
I'm gonna make sure, or the ratings for the show are like, oh, I got now. We're gonna.
Yeah.
You're dead last.
But why don't more people think that way?
I don't know. I think there's the person that built that table right there feels that way. I guarantee you. I guarantee the person that put that table together was like, oh, this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The person that made the mixture for the concrete, the person who built this building, I guarantee you feels like that.
Because they studied it. They know every nitty-gritty
He's
thing
obsessed
about
with
it.
it. The person that made this garage door was like, oh, no, this one. And then the next one, he's like, a lot of people feel like that.
I like that.
A lot of people feel like that.
Because all too often, like, oh, you didn't. So
and that's, by the way, that's I bet the person that organized the routes to pick up the trash in this city feels like that.
Yeah. So last time we had you on,
cool jobs, it's everything.
Yeah, right. We were talking about doing our open mic in Key West, right? And you were giving us advice about that. We're gonna.
I forgot about that.
We went to Key and we bombed, right?
Forced me to do it.
This guy here got the funniest laugh of the night.
Oh no!
There's a lot of people in there. And he's getting no laugh.
Yeah.
And he finally says,
9 minutes and 42 seconds.
Then he says,
long.
I don't know what I'm doing up here. This is terrible. Everybody just laughed.
Loosened up. Yeah.
Everybody. And from that moment on, he was the dang star. Chase did well too. I almost got into a fight with the guy over a Tesla joke.
Yeah.
He wanted to fight me. And then finally I was like, I will fight you if you want to fight. I don't mind.
Fight. Yeah.
Right. I don't mind that.
He's probably, what is he defending it or get supported? Or
so the joke is there's a guy in America that has a t-shirt that says stop.
Okay.
And he goes to a corner where there's a lot of Teslas, and the Tesla will read that sign, and they'll stop.
Okay.
He could be in the middle of the interstate. The Tesla will stop.
All right.
And the guy said, "Not funny." I'm like, "I'm not done with the joke yet."
Yeah, this is the setup.
And this guy's trying. He's like, "You called me a bunch of names," and he wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
Oh no, there's a bunch of stock lines that a lot of comedians have. He's like, dude, don't come to my job and tell me how to do it. I don't come to McDonald's and tell you how to flip burgers. There's a lot of those. There's a lot of those lines.
That's great, man.
But you always you don't want to come back to, like, if somebody comes at you with a knife, you got to come back at them with a knife. Right. You can't drop an atomic bomb on them, because that's what happens a lot if like a bachelorette party. They're just trying to have fun. They don't know they're being annoying, but they're not heckling. They're just
having a good time.
Yeah, and then you go after them, and then everybody's like, whoa, and they take their side. So you got to make sure whatever you're saying, the crowd, this is insider baseball a little bit, make sure the crowd is with you. But if those women are being loud and annoying for an extended period of time, then by all means, go after.
You're
And then everybody goes, "Thank you, thank you."
you play the big arenas now, so you don't
Yeah.
see person on the ninth row talking, do you?
Nah, not too much, but we do zanies every now and then.
Love
That's when you
zanies.
get a little loose with it. I mean, you can see everybody in there, especially the other side of zanies. There's like 100 seats in there.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
the best.
humbling? Those type of intimate
No.
settings.
I'd do it 1,000 times. I do 10 shows a day if I could.
I'm saying in comparison to those bigger arenas you're doing.
It's not it would be humbling if it wasn't like the second Nashville show. If that one doesn't sell out, it's like, yeah, well, this is the second one. If the first one,
That's
saying
good,
it's like,
yeah.
well, this is the added because we sold so many. Like Garth Brooks had that at Nissan a
Nissan.
couple. Remember the second added one was like half full.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, Garth fell off. I go, no. He's doing 2 stadiums. This is not.
Right,
He didn't
yeah.
fall off.
Yeah.
These are the 50,000 people that couldn't get into the first one. You go, oh, I think about it different.
Well, they ask you on local on 2, best show ever, right? I watch every week. And I was on there 2 weeks ago too. So I love the
Oh,
girls. Anyway, a shameless plug for me. They're like, why don't you play here more? And you're like, look, I got to
Yeah.
have new material, right?
Yeah,
I don't want the end of
yeah.
the tour like, oh, we heard that joke before. All right, we heard
Yeah,
that.
you don't want to come back to the same. Now, if you we haven't been to Nashville since like 2023 or something, maybe 2024. Last time we were here, so we don't come back to a city until the show's new. So you kind of like, I'm working on some stuff over the weekend. About if you go into shows this weekend and next weekend, it'll probably be about 95% the same.
Right.
But then after you go after 6 months, it'll be like 30, 40 minutes are new, and then because we get comedy's all. It's all like if you go to music, who's your favorite band?
I love Duran Duran.
Duran Duran. Okay, everybody, if you go to see your favorite band, you are going for nostalgia. You want to remember when we first heard that. You want to remember. And comedy, if you know it, you don't want to hear it again.
It's true.
If Duran Duran says we got a new song, you'd be like, let's go get a beer. We don't want to hear any of this.
That's so true.
But if a comedian tells a joke you already heard before, you're like, what's the point of this?
Yeah,
It's
right.
like, so comedy should, you should, like, if everybody's talking about their posting from 2016.
Hey, Brando, turn off your microphone. We can hear you on air.
Where is he? Back at the station?
Back at the station,
Oh.
yeah.
Everybody's posting their Instagrams from 2016. Have you seen those?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
new
That'll be
2016.
funny this weekend. In a week, it's done.
It's almost already done.
Yeah,
now,
they'd be like, if I was in a year, if I was doing that joke,
Yeah.
they'd be like, dude, we already covered that. This is
Yeah.
old. So comedy, it's very like, I heard a comic do a joke about skinny jeans, and I go, dude, this is an old joke. The people aren't wearing, or a joke about COVID, especially.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, dude, this is how long
we passed by that, right?
Yeah. You ever been driving and see someone driving by themselves wearing a mask? I go, how long have you been doing this joke, dude? How long have you been doing
Oh,
this
that's
joke?
great. John Crist is with us. By the way, his
That's
show
hilarious.
Sunday night has been moved. It's been moved to March 8th.
March the 8th. Same, still on a Sunday.
Still on
Still
Sunday.
Yeah.
And so all you Williamson County kids,
We can FaceTime you in. Yeah. Leave a phone there. We'll put it on. Yeah.
oh, I love it. We'll back more with John here. We're live at the Omni National Hotel right here on 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe show. Good job, Brando. Duran.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Fire it up.
Thank you. We John Crist is with us. Now, I got all my friends reacting. You're going to be, okay, your show Sundays postponed till March.
Yep.
You got another March. And two people,
What
are
are
you
they
playing Zanies anytime soon?
No.
But I think they're asking the new material night.
Oh, yeah, I do them all the time.
Okay.
Now it's new material Mondays on it's Zanies every Monday. Now they won't, if you call, they're not going to tell you who's on it. Because we don't want to advertise that we're going down there because it's new jokes.
Yeah,
so
right.
You want to pay, I don't know how much it is to get in that, for $5, and then if somebody comes out, you're like, oh, this is extra, this is sweet.
Surprise.
Yeah, if you came there to see the polished stuff and he's like, well, that didn't work. You're like,
I've seen you do new material. You come out,
yeah.
you put your phone on a stool.
Yeah.
You went and you were like, the first 4 bombed. And you're like, God,
I don't remember this.
God, this was May of 23. You're like, this sucks. And then you hit one. You're like, oh, y'all like that one.
Oh, yeah,
it's
brother.
so engaging.
Yeah.
It's so engaging with the audience. I think it's just a brilliant idea.
You're always trying new things. Like I was well, I'll save it for the show. Yeah, I don't want to do it.
Yeah,
I don't do it
not,
on here.
right?
I'll save it for the show. Yeah, but you're always trying new joke because you're like, man, is this? And then when everybody goes, like Spirit Airlines, everybody goes, yes, and you're like, oh, good, because it's like, it's kind of the same feeling. And I don't want to bring this topic up as a little prize, but sports gambling. So sports gambling, if you see the Titans, +8, and you go, well, I know. Home field,
Right.
let's say against this coordinator, our offense, and you go, and then it is correct.
Yeah.
It's like, I told y'all. It's the best feeling on earth. It's like a joke. You go, I think, they think, and then they go, yes, and you're like, nothing better. That's why the money in sports gambling is like, you ever got in an argument with a friend or even your wife, you're like, we should go this way home because that way has traffic, and then you are proven correct. It's like, there's nothing better.
Albert Einstein.
You are Albert. That's the same feeling of prognostication. Sports gambling. It's not the money.
Yeah.
It's the feel like everybody thought this. You go, I'm positive it's this, and it hits. You go, it's the best feeling on earth.
See, that's how I felt in college, is when everybody would buy those lottery tickets and they'd make a bet for sports gambling because the Tennessee Promise program, community college, is paid through the state lottery. So I'm thinking, oh, great. If somebody's having a terrible day, I'm having a better one.
Yeah.
Free education.
Win.
I win. You lose.
Smart.
Yeah.
It's smart way to think about that. Smart way to think
It's like
about
you
that.
live betting when your Falcons are up 28-3 in the Super Bowl.
Well,
too soon. Man.
I do like Vrabel, though.
Yeah.
I do like Vrabel.
Do you not, right?
Yeah, I like Vrabel. I met him at Jason Aldean's a couple years ago.
Just hanging out on a
chilling,
Thursday
dude.
night?
Yeah.
Hey, John.
I go, hey, how we looking for the? He goes, I don't know about this shit. He was like real honest about his team. He was fun. He was great. I've always cheered for him.
He cracks a beer on his head.
Yeah,
There you
this
go,
guy's
John.
the man. Wearing a cowboy hat.
That's it.
But people forget it's always hindsight's always 20/20. Remember how mad everybody was
Oh, yeah.
at him?
Infuriated.
Get out of here.
So mad, dude. Yes, this is kind of we wanted this. Unfortunately,
right.
We
No, you're right.
ran him out of town. Get rid of this guy. He's like, yeah, and then he was like, oh, it's like everybody said about Aaron Rodgers. They were like, he's washed, he's terrible. And then he goes and has and you're like, oh, oops.
Yeah, right.
Veterans will never leave this league because they know more than the young player. That's
Yeah.
why I think Rodgers
Yeah.
will come back another season.
I think the veterans these days are even better.
Yeah.
Because there's a lack. Like if a guy switches colleges 5-6 times, there's no development.
Look at Philip Rivers. He was 300 pounds throwing a football this year.
Yeah, tough.
I
It's
mean,
a tough
come on.
look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked like all of us in that uniform, which is great.
And did okay.
Yeah.
Which
Did okay.
yeah, because and everybody it's a controversial take maybe, but like everybody's like they wanted somebody that could come in and read a playbook in 3 days.
And he was the guy.
Yeah, he was the guy. You're like, well, who was the quarterback before him?
Riley Leonard.
No, before the kid
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones, the guy that reads the playbook and follow. He's a serviceable quarterback.
Right.
They don't want somebody to come in there and run around. And you're like, yeah, we already have a system. This guy's been doing it for 20 years. I bet he can figure out the vocabulary and figure out 6 routes in 3 days.
He got it done. Now, you're a huge Georgia Bulldog fan, right?
Hate Georgia.
No, Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Georgia Tech.
Why don't you like Georgia?
Hate them. Georgia. Well, first of all, they got nothing else going on in their lives except for Georgia football. Any Georgia football fan is like 40 years old on message boards. Nobody reads message boards anymore. It's like doglickers.com or something. And they're like 40 years old worrying about what, like, dude, we just offered this guy, it's a freshman in high school. I was like, dude, you got a family.
Yeah.
What are you doing on the blogs, dude? Get a life. And of course, Kirby Smart could do no wrong.
Right.
It could do no wrong.
Yeah, he has the whole.
Now,
And everybody else is just the worst cheaters. And
did you go to the Pop-Tart Bowl? Didn't Georgia Tech play
Georgia
that
Tech
bowl?
play BYU? Yeah, strong showing. You know who we got in the transfer portal?
The brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tart.
No, that's very disrespectful. We got Mendoza's
Oh,
brother,
that's right.
little brother.
Armando?
Alberto.
Alberto.
No, racist, dude. All right. Just throw it out. No, dude, record that and clip it. Record that and clip it. And that's so wild, dude. You can't say it. And how confident he was. You see how confident he was?
I was.
He fired
Armando.
No.
He did Armando. I go, you can't.
I wanted to roll his R.
I think Georgia Tech's second game next year is against the Tennessee Vols.
Is it?
I think
You'll
it
be
is.
dialed in. The
Wow.
Jackets are under Brett Key are
Pretty good.
To watch out. They say the little Mendoza brother. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it like you did. More athletic.
Oh my God.
They say he's more athletic.
Yeah, versatile
Yeah.
outside the pocket.
Can run a little bit. Yeah, we'll see.
Oh,
We'll see.
man.
Yeah.
that's
What
great.
is John Crist is with us, the very, very funny comedian. What is your one place you want to play? Georgia Dome or Mercedes-Benz Dome, whatever it's called?
Well, you know what? I would say probably, doing like a Madison Square Garden is probably now all these big venues like that, Radio City, they call them vanity plays. Like you're gonna lose money, but you can say you played there. I'm like, you should go to the Civic Arena in New Jersey, and that the rent there is like $1. But then you play Madison Square Garden, the rent is like as much as you're gonna make.
Right.
But you can say you played there.
But
So all those big time places cost a
Pretty
lot
penny.
of money.
Would you do it for $5?
Do what?
Play Madison Square Garden.
Oh yeah. I mean, if we could fill it. Now, if going bigger, that's the thing about going bigger because we thought about we're going to do 2 sold out shows at the Opry, which is going to end up around 10,000 seats. But now you're creeping on Bridgestone. You're creeping on Bridgestone status. So if we come back in 2 years and I'm on the show again, and they say we're announcing the Bridgestone show.
Oh my God!
Because we went to Zanies.
Right.
We go to the Ryman once, and then we did the Ryman twice. Last time we did the Ryman 3 times.
Sold them all out.
Sold them all out. Now we're doing the Opry twice, which is you're
Next
knocking on
level.
the door.
If you announce you're playing Bridgestone on Local on 2,
Yeah, I got to come here.
I will find
I got to
you.
announce it. Yeah, I won't do that to you. I
He's
won't
got
do that
some
to you.
beef.
Yeah.
Is there comedy beef? Like, with NFL?
Oh yeah.
Good question.
Great. Well, there's mostly the comedy beef is right now is between cities.
Mm.
So Nashville is a kind of like you maybe call it's a hub for clean comedy for whatever reason.
Interesting.
Nate's here. Leanne is in Knoxville, but Leanne Morgan, Henry Cho, Jeff Allen, Dusty Slay, Nashville's own Brian Bates, Aaron Ware. A lot of comics that are clean have gravitated here for whatever reason.
Right.
And then you got Austin, Texas, who is a big, Joe Rogan's down there, Kill Tony's down there. And then you got, of course, New York, LA. Everybody's kind of saying we produce the best, probably same with NFL franchises, we producing the best comics. And there's always LA is like more like pretty boy, like gonna be an actor. New York is more the grungy, they're on the subway to we're like grinded, better writers.
I've heard they're like the mothership. Joe Rogan's comedy place is like
yeah.
the mecca of comedy right
and
now.
then the Comedy Cellar in New York is where everybody kind of comes up through there. So you always where everybody kind of that's why it's nobody steals jokes is because everybody has a home kind of club.
Right.
And if somebody got caught stealing a joke, they call the person's home. They wouldn't call them, but they were like, "Hey, this guy," and they would probably be done.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I like
Stealing
that.
somebody
Little
else's-
snitching.
Yeah, there's a little bit of accountability.
I like that.
somewhat. Now,
Yes.
if you do comedy on the cruise ships, you can do whatever you want out there.
Do you like that?
No,
Because you can't get away from those people.
No, yeah.
Right?
Well, we're doing one in a month with Nate.
That's right.
Nate
I saw
Lang,
that.
but that's different. Those are fans. If you go, that's nothing where it's like dance monkey. when you're on vacation because it's like 7 o'clock. We're going to the theater and it's the comedy show and they have 3 margaritas and they're like,
Fall asleep in the
nothing
chair.
worse.
Yeah.
That's a speak. If you don't have an audience doing that,
Oh,
but if you can convert them,
oh, good.
oh, nothing better.
Then you got them.
Then you walk around. I've done them when I bombed and I was like, if you do good, you go on the deck the next day. You're like, what up? Everyone's like, oh, buying you drinks. They're like, here, let me introduce you to my kid. Like, everybody taking photos with everybody. But if you bomb, I've done it with a comic that bombed. He stayed in his room for the whole week.
Oh, man.
Bless his heart.
That's 4 or 5
going out
days
there.
at sea, right?
Oh, yeah, dude. We're in Barbados, brother. You're not going
Now,
anywhere.
you were just in St. John's?
St. Virgin Islands.
Virgin
yeah, down
Islands,
there. Yeah.
I stalk you on Instagram.
It's nice down there.
Said a couple Hail Marys.
Yeah. I was down there with I was down there with Alberto, but
Still can.
Alberto's working.
no, dude, you can't say that.
Armando, that's it.
Internationally, I don't.
Yeah.
Again, you probably may have an international tour coming up sometime.
We do Canada. We go through Canada. It's always they go, you want to go to New Zealand? Because everybody goes, come to Australia, come to, and you go, again, I go, man, I can go to Effingham, Illinois, and bring them a big bag of cash. Or you can go to New Zealand and sell a third of the amount of tickets. But you can say,
I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want.
It's kind of like Madison Square Garden. You're barely going to make your cash back.
But you can be like, we international tour. You know, but there's a demand for it, but it costs so much to get there.
It's almost like, I want to go on a vacation. Let's go to New Zealand, and I'll do a few gigs there. You know?
Oh, now if you're talking about taking your family on vacation, have one show, write it off. That might be the way.
Method to the madness.
I mean, how long does it take to get there? 18 hours?
Something like that.
Yeah, 22, something like that.
Shot.
I've been going to Vegas the last 2 years for the rugby event they have. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So highly recommend that, by the way.
How is that related?
Talking about New Zealand.
They're coming over.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
Just saying, like.
You've been in New Zealand?
I want to.
Go to Vegas
cool.
to see New Zealand.
Yeah.
Is that a stripper name that we don't know about or something?
Now he's getting too loose. He's getting too loose.
Oh, my gosh. John, man, we love you. I know you're busy. And I really appreciate your time.
Man,
you're one of our favorites. Thank you. Again, the show has been postponed Sunday until March. Go see it. Go see you. You are funny. So thank you,
man. And it's a guy. Do we have any more time or no? We done?
No, it's up to you. You can stay all day.
I'm just saying. I listen to the show every day, and everything you do for men and reaching out for the mental health is very important.
I appreciate that.
As a guy that's been on that journey myself, it's
not fun.
No,
but I say that
you're in it. We're all in this together, man.
Because I don't want you to go through it, and if you go through it, we're here. We're here for you.
Yeah, somebody whispered to you, like somebody that if you're not a believer in Christ or anything like that, people would be like, "You're not worthy. You're trash. You have no future." Like, and you'd be like, "Who told you that?" And you were like, "Did anyone tell you that?" You go, "No." Well, what? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I was going to commit suicide in 2019, but what? Why did I get that idea?
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Or like you're going to be a failure. You have no hope. You're never going to get married. You're never going to come out of this depression. You're never going to kick alcohol. You're never going to whatever.
Yeah.
And then you go, "Did anyone tell you that?" And you go, "No."
Nope.
Yep. That's the whole hope thing.
It's crazy. Dude.
It's like, I didn't have any hope. Who told you that?
Who told you?
Well,
that?
I just knew I had no hope. No.
It just whispers to you.
It does.
Just whisper. I don't even know what it is. If you call it, Theo calls it the dark arts. If you're not a believer, it's just the darkness.
It is.
It will just whisper to you.
That's exactly it,
and
man.
the more you listen to it, the more you're like, yeah,
that's right.
But it's not true. It's not true.
Amen, brother.
Yeah, that's it.
Love you, brother. Thank you.
Amen.
Pleasure.
John Crist with us on tour. Catch him. You're so funny, man. All right, John. Thank you, buddy. Back.
You got it.
Celebrity birthdays. Finish the show out right here. 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe show from the Omni Nashville Hotel. It is official. The Titans have announced Robert Saleh as their head coach. Officially official.
Finally.
Finally, right?
He's getting a little worried there.
Feel better about that now?
I do. Not just I had it.
I didn't read the release. I just saw the tweet. Anything new on the release? It's a 5-year contract. Is that what I'm being told, man?
Trying to still get there, yes, from what I've gathered.
But it's all fluid right now.
It is all fluid, and good for the Titans announcing it, finally getting stuff situated. But yes, Adam Schefter, as of 12 minutes ago, Robert Saleh has now signed a 5-year contract with the two-tone blue Tennessee Titans.
Well done, man. Right? So that's it. So you feel better now?
Yep. And also, to just ease your pain a little bit, Jim Wyatt has tweeted.
Jim Wyatt.
11
he went
minutes
dark
ago.
for a little bit.
I told you.
So the white smoke is emerging from St. Thomas, whatever that place is called over there.
St. Thomas Sports Park? Or it's Ascension
St. Thomas. Yeah.
Thanks.
So it's out there. So Robert Saleh, I thought they would get it in before the snow and before they head off to the Senior Bowl and get it done.
Yeah. I mean, you got to have a game plan.
Press conference tomorrow. They announced a press conference, anything?
I haven't seen anything on the press conference aspect of things yet.
So if you had one question to ask Saleh, I'll be like, "Hey, Coach, welcome to town. Question: You found yourself a way around town yet?"
Me?
That's what I'd ask.
Really? I would.
I'm stupid. I would not say that.
No, ask him the same question you asked Borgonzi and Brinker.
They don't have the team yet.
Doesn't matter.
It does.
Does it?
You don't have all the question to Borgonzi and Brinker, which I got hell over, which I don't care, was the day before training camp. The team you put on the field tomorrow, can that team win a Super Bowl? Brinker laughed at me, and Borgonzi kind of answered the question. It's like, we got a lot of work to do.
I mean, you could rephrase it a different way, like coming in the fall. I don't know.
Well, what do you say? Is there a realistic chance you can win a Super Bowl? No, that's a stupid question.
It is a stupid question.
Because you're not taking the job unless you think you can win a Super Bowl.
Also, would never want to just trounce on your hold stature here. Wouldn't want to do that to you.
What does that mean?
Just being like, the question. I don't want to put you in a bad position.
I don't care.
Yeah. We don't want to do that to you, Joe.
You know how many bad questions I've heard from national media over the years?
Every one of
me
mine.
included.
Every one of mine.
Yours are pretty awful.
They're
me
bad.
included.
They're bad.
I mean, I've asked some really terrible ones.
Yeah.
We heard one yesterday with Rick Insel that I asked. He ripped me apart, which was well-deserved. All right, that being said, Brando, you ready?
Ready to roll?
Hit it, brother.
Okay, first on the list, we have Answer Your Cat's Question Day. Joe, I don't know if you do that or not, but
my cat has one question. It's like, please tell me you're never coming home again.
oh my goodness. Celebration of Life Day is today. Let's see, Clashing Clothes Day. Interesting.
Real quick, Robert Saleh's press conference next Wednesday at 2 p.m. January the 28th, 2 p.m. next Wednesday, Robert Saleh's introductory press conference.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Sorry there, buddy.
That's okay. Next on the list, we have Come In From the Cold Day. I think the cold's coming to us, but
that's a spy movie.
Yeah. Dance of the Seven Veils Day is today. National Hot Sauce Day. Interesting.
Pass.
National Polka Dot Day. Polka Dot Day. Excuse me, Polka Dot. What am I talking about? National Southern Food Day. Every day. Roe vs. Wade Day is today. Women's Healthy Weight Day is today. And to wrap it up, I don't know if this is a healthy option or not, but National Blonde Brownie Day.
So many jokes. All right, time for celebrity birthdays. Brando, you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Flavor of that?
Yeah, I like that. What'd you say?
National Blonde Brownie Day. Little bit of powdered sugar on top.
Stop, man. Stop where you are. Just stop.
Perfect.
All right, celebrity birthdays. Brando, you go first. How old is the best singer ever? Steve Perry of Journey. How old is Steve Perry today?
Ooh, Steve Perry, 68.
72.
77. 77. You guys were wrong. All right. Next up, Dr. Crane. How old is a very talented, very beautiful Diane Lane?
Oh, boy. 51.
78.
61. She was in the great movie called Six Pack with Kenny Rogers. Brandon, how old is DJ Jazzy Jeff?
Oh, DJ Jazzy Jeff. Let's go 58.
61.
61 exactly. Brandon Nicholas, good job. 2-0. Nick, you're up next. How old is your favorite guy, Chef Guy Fieri?
Today's Guy Fieri's birthday?
It is.
Oh, man. 50. He's in his 50s. I'm going to go 57.
52.
58.
Beautiful.
Nick's up 3-0.
Thank you. See, I got a good crowd. They love it.
All right,
Love it.
Brando, you're up next. How
See you guys.
old
Have a
is
good day?
How old is actress Beverly Mitchell?
61.
72.
43.
Wow.
You guys are terrible on that one. On down here, Dr. Crane, how old is bass player Teddy Gentry of Alabama?
I'm going to go 81.
76.
74. You're on the board. It's now
That works.
3-1. Brando, how old is actress Linda Blair from The Exorcist?
58.
54.
67. Dr. Crane, how old is actor Balthazar Getty?
71.
61.
51. Brando, how old is rapper Logic?
Logic, 35.
38.
36, but that's it. 3-2. Nick wins.
Thank you very much.
Because we ran out of time. Thanks to Robert Sala's introductory press conference.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got a big crowd over here.
9 fans we have here. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Much
Right.
appreciated.
You and me tomorrow.
Indeed.
Back in studio tomorrow, 12-3. Brando, thank you for your help, buddy. We appreciate you back at Radio Ranch there as well. Thanks to John Crist for coming by, Max Herz, Terry McCormick, and Katie Morgan as we get ready for the big storm to come in here. As we sign off every show every day, to our men out there, if you are struggling, please reach out to us, talk to us. We tell you how better our world is because you are here. And remember, there are people, when they think about you, they smile, they laugh, and they love to see you. That goes with us, too. Know that we love you. More importantly, more than anything else in this world, please know that God loves you. That's it for us today. A real show is up next.
Yep.
DVD right here on 102.5 The Game.